Getting the harder way 17 back with another EP. And today we here for a good and a long time with this EP because I got some shit to say. And I ain't quite ready yet. But trust me, I'm about to get ready. You know what I mean? I already got my camera up today. I ain't ready, but we gonna get ready. I'm about to get 6-8 in a second and we gonna cook today because I got some shit on my mind. I got some shit on my mind that I didn't see. I did my updated, pound for pound. And what's good, Coach Joe? And I ain't the only one. What's good, Coach Joe? And I ain't the only one, who didn't update their pound for pound. ESPN and Ring Magazine both has updated, their pound for pound as well. And pound for pound, is real. Pound for pound is really subjective. And all that good stuff, opinionated. But certain publications, are deemed as what we call official pound for pound. Official pound for pound rankings. Official. They're only official. They're official because these are the pound for pound lists that the powers that be see. These are the pound for pound lists that the powers that be, see, see as the real, quote unquote, real rankings, of pound for pound. I personally take, the official rankings, with the grain of salt. Official rankings being Ring Magazine and ESPN, you know what I mean? Those are really the only official rankings. PBC don't necessarily have a pound for pound ranking or nothing like that. So those are what are deemed as the official rankings. Of course, deemed the official rankings by Top Rank and Ring Magazine. You know what I mean? So the official pound for pound rankings came out, and exactly as I thought. I disagree with not all of it, but most of it. And I ain't here today to talk about the entire pound for pound list. I ain't here to rip apart that entire list. You know what I mean? I ain't here to rip apart nothing necessarily. You know what I mean? But I am here to talk about certain names and certain places on said pound for pound list. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all hit that like button. Certain names and certain places on said pound for pound list. You know what I mean? And if you read the title when you came in, you kind of you already know where I'm going. Shout out my guy Coach Joe in that super chat early. Appreciate my brother Coach Joe. He said that shit's subjective in politics. Go into this shit. Oh yeah, we gonna talk about it, man. We get into it. But I mean, I don't want to sit here and rip up, the whole list, even though I very well could probably, sit and rip up the whole list, if not the whole list, majority of that motherfucker. But I ain't gonna do that. But I do want to hit on certain things on this list. Now I noticed a couple weeks ago, ESPN and Rain Magazine, dropped another updated pound for pound after the Jamel, Charlo fight with Brian Castano. On this pound for pound list that came out, they had Jamel Charlo ranked number 10 on the pound for pound list. Now Jamel Charlo went from unranked at all to rank number 10 on the pound for pound list, and some people, celebrated and others, turned the eye up. I turned the eye up because I said when it first dropped that, him being number 10 on the pound for pound list was, too low. Him being number 10 on the pound for pound list, was just them putting him on the pound for pound list only because, they had to. You know what I mean? Not really giving him, the respect and he deserved by being number 10. He should be much higher than number 10, on that pound for pound list. But Jamel Charlo came in on the new rankings about 2 weeks ago at number 10. You know what I mean? I had a discrepancy with it because I said, and which came to be true, and I hate, that is true. I said that they only put him number 10. You know what I mean? So they could easily, take him off when the time was right to replace him with a fighter that they want, to replace him with. Because there's no way that a guy like Jermell Charlo, who literally, beat everyone in his division, not just a champion here or there, but every fighter, in his division on the way up, should be ranked number 10. And then the irony of all this, the irony of the whole situation is that the new pound for pound ranking come out, and as I suspected, right, Jermell Charlo is no longer in there. You know what I mean? What's good, K? Jermell Charlo is no longer in there, you know what I mean, as I expected, right? But the fighter that they replaced him with is Devin Haney. And guess what? Lo and behold, they put Devin Haney at number 10. Now, before I get into anyway being number 1, I want to hit on this number 10 spot in the pound for pound ranking. What's good, Kate? I said you working hard, Kate. You know what I mean? I want to hit on this number 10 spot in the pound for pound ranking. Anytime that they put a fighter in at the number 10 ranking, not anytime they put a fighter, but certain fighters, certain fighters you just know. Fighters like Charlo and even fighters like Devin Haney, you know what I mean? Anytime they put fighters, like those guys into the pound for pound ranking, at number 10, be aware. Because normally, like I said earlier, when they filled in Jermell Charlo, I said he probably not going to be there long. They're just waiting for one big win or one win that they may see as a big win. Don't even really have to be a big win. They're just waiting for one reason to yank, that number 10 spot away from that number 10 fighter when it comes to certain fighters. And Jermell Charlo most definitely does fit that bowl. Like, I hate to say that I knew that I saw this coming, with Jermell Charlo in the pound for pound, because for you to even slide him in at 10, that's bullshit, off the walk. You know what I mean? And then for you to put him in and then just to take him out like 2 to 3 weeks later, you know what I mean? This is why even those quote unquote official pound for pound lists, are taken as a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Because nobody who seriously invested in boxing, and that's how I know that these quote unquote official, pound for pound lists are made more so to promote their fighters rather than to really inform the people or to give their honest view or opinion on who really is the best fighters, in the world at the time. You know what I mean? It's more so done for promotional reason, I think, which is why guys like, Charlo, guys like Jermell Charlo, who don't make the list at all. And also guys like Devin Haney, who even Vegas said that their fight with George Kambosos was going to be a pretty close fight. You know what I mean? A lot of people, people around in boxing were telling me that, that was going to be a close fight. A lot of people said that Devin Haney maybe bit off more than he could chew with that. And Devin Haney went in there and he put on. A virtuoso performance in his last fight with George Kambosos and made it look extremely easy. He made it look extremely easy that the public, you know what I mean, and a lot of boxing pundits don't even want to see, a rematch between Devin Haney and George Kambosos. You know what I mean? A lot of them don't even want to see a rematch, between the two. And Devin Haney gets slotted in at number 10. And I feel like that, I feel like a broken record right now. I feel like I'm repeating, the same things, and I'm going to keep repeating it. And I'm taking my time on this Southern TV because, again, I'm here for a long time, with this. I'm taking my time with this because this number 10 slot, you know what I mean? Okay, you take Jermell Charlo off, after having probably the most impressive run to Undisputed. And then You only slot Devin Haney in at number 10, after his undisputed run against a guy who everyone was building up that Devin Haney bit off more, than he can chew. So my thing is, you guys only stuck Jermell, like I said, you only stuck Jermell Charlo, on the list to take him off. Now, I didn't even see the play, at the time. I'm going to be honest, I did not see the play at the time. I did not see the play for, they were going to trade their Devin Haney in they were going to trade their Jermell Charlo in for a Devin Haney. You know what I mean? That they were going to trade the Jermell Charlo in, for a Devin Haney. I didn't see that, and I hate that it had to be Devin Haney. But I think an even bigger problem is that who are they setting up, for Devin Haney to be taken off their list? You know what I mean? How did Jermell Charlo beat Brian Costano? You know what I mean? How did he beat Brian Costano? You know what I mean? One of the top guys in his division, if not the second best guy in his division. You know what I mean? How did he beat Brian Costano and only hit number 10, right? And then you literally take him off in like 3 weeks after the next big fight happens. You take him right off, which I knew you was going to do, and you replace him with Devin Haney, who comes in at number 10. So my thing is, y'all telling me that Jermell Charlo and Devin Haney undisputed run only gets him to the number 10 spot. But, Josh Taylor won, undisputed. And Josh Taylor got slotted in the top 5. You know what I mean? Instantly. So what y'all telling me is that basically you get to pick and choose who gets into your pound for pound and who gets taken out. Because there's no way you're telling me, and I'm going to segue that into this, there's no way you're telling me a guy like Monster or Newey, right, who's never had an undisputed. You know what I mean? A guy who's never had an undisputed like Monster or Newey, you know what I mean, is ranked number 1 over a guy like Errol Spence, Alexander Usyk, and Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? You mean to tell me that Jermell Charlo is not one of the best top 10 fighters in boxing right now? That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that in a pound-for-pound fight, right? In a pound-for-pound fight, what you're telling me is that Monster or Newey beats Jermell Charlo. I could almost sit here and argue you right now. Matter of fact, I will argue this right now. Monster Newey and Jermell Charlo fight more similar than not. You know what I mean? If you really think about it, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button when you roll on in. Case of avoid Ring Magazine got Devin Haney number 10, K. I'm talking about the Ring Magazine and ESPN, K. I'm talking about both lists. Ring Magazine got Devin Haney number 10. You know what I mean? Arguably, okay, eat it. Arguably, I could argue anyway, and Jermell Charlo have very similar styles. Yeah. I'm talking about both lists, okay? Matter of fact, case of avoid, do your boy a favor. Put the ESPN list up here and put the put the ESPN list up here, okay? Well, I'm going out both lists. So my guy K said ESPN got Estrada number 10. So what number is Devin Haney, on the list? Man, I'm finna drop the link because we here for a good time today. We here to talk about this shit. Because I'm finna talk about, this pound for pound and how the fuck Jermell Charlo get taken out of this. And Devin Haney only got ranked number 10. You know what I mean? I share my damn screen. I'm bullshit. I'm supposed to be inviting y'all here and not share my screen. You know what I mean? But my thing, what's good, Clarence? My thing is, how the fuck did Jermell be the one that get clipped off the list? And my guy K just told me they got Estrada ranked number 10. So you mean to tell me that Estrada deserve to be on the list more than Jermell Charlo? And what world does that work in? Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We here for a good time and a long time today. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, like, it's something about that number 10 spot with that pound for pound when it comes to certain fighters. You know what I mean? For a long time, they wouldn't take Earl Spence out the 6 or 7 spot. You know what I mean? And some lists still put Earl Spence in the 6 or 7 spot. But for a long time, they wouldn't put Earl Spence in the top 5. And then they started putting them number 4 and 5. And now they finally put him number 2, right? And I gave him some credit for it. And then anyway, have a fight, and they bounce him right back down, to number 3. But these days they keeping Earl Spence, in the top 3 because you really just can't deny that, at this point. You know what I mean? So I just saw something that threw me off a little bit. But hell yeah. But when we really get down to it, ain't no way that you could justify. Ain't no way you could justify Monster Anui being number 1, right? There's no way you could justify Monster Anui being number 1 and Jermell Charlo not being on the list at all. You know what I mean? You can say, well, Monster Anui got multiple divisions. Well, Charlo has undisputed. You know what I mean? And multiple divisions can't mean that much. You know what I mean? Because you got Earl Spence, number 3, right? And he hasn't moved up any divisions at all. You know what I mean? So you got Charlo, who was undisputed in his division, just like your number 2 fighter, Turnsburg Crawford, just like your number 3 fighter, Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? So you got 2 guys who never been undisputed in Earl and anyway up there, and you got 2 guys who have been undisputed. You know what I mean? But my thing is, anyway has never been undisputed, and you got a guy in Jermell who has been undisputed, and you don't got him up there. And you can't tell me that. Anyway has a better opponent list than Jermell. You know what I mean? I'm not even arguing anyway being on the list. I am arguing anyway being number 1 and Jermell Charlo not qualified for the list at all. When I could literally argue their styles are fairly similar. You know what I mean? Jermell Charlo was more of a boxer coming up, but these days, Jermell Charlo, is putting you out of there. You know what I mean? He one punch putting your ass out of there. You know what I mean? Kind of similar, to anyway. The thing about Jermell is when he hit people, he putting them out their misery these days. When anyway hit people, he putting them out their misery. You know what I mean? So I'm just looking at the shit like, bro, you mean to tell me with the way anyway fight, you think it's 9 people that fight better than Jermell Charlo when they really got similar styles? You know what I mean? But I said all that to say this, and I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Pound for pound, the reason that I don't really take those official pound for pound serious, the reason I don't take those official pound for pound serious, and I more so take the people's pound for pound, over their pound for pound, it's a reason for that. It's because the people are not tied in with a sanctioning body. They're not tied in with a network. The people are not tied in with anyone, so the people can give real pound for pounds. They don't have to put a certain number of fighters in there. You know what I mean? They don't have to put this fighter in there because he worked for them, or this fighter in there because he worked for them, or this fighter in because he sell this, or this fighter in because he make them money. You know what I mean? They don't have to do that. This is ESPN pounds for pound list. Terrence Crawford, Anui, Earl Spence, Canelo, Tyson Fury, Usyk, Vasily Lomachenko, Dmitry Bivol, Shakur Stevenson, Estrada. ESPN doesn't even have Devin Haney in their list. Ring Magazine has Devin Haney ranked number 10. So I'm on her snapping about Ring Magazine pound for pound list having them number 10. ESPN don't even have them on the pound for pound list. Ring Magazine got Anui number 1, Bud number 2, Canelo number 3, Errol Spence number 4, and I think Usyk number 5. You know what I mean, or something like that. But they don't have Jamel on there either, I don't think. And the crazy part is, if Ring Magazine do got Jamel on there now, bro, it was a time when Jamel had all the belts. It was a time when Jamel had the ring title. Jamel got the ring title and wasn't even on the ring list, bro. You know what I mean? Here's the ring list. Jamel is number 10 on the ring list. He number 10 on the ring list, and he got taken off the ESPN list. This is the Ring Magazine list. Anyway, number 1, Alexander Usyk number 2, Terrence Crawford number 3, Errol Spence number 4, Estrada number 5, Canelo number 6, Lomachenko number 7, Bivol number 8, Josh Taylor number 9, Jermell Charlo number 10. So Devin Haney is not even on Ring Magazine list, and Jermell number 10. And I think ESPN updated list got Haney number 10, K.
Yeah. No, ESPN, that's the newest. Yes, I'm right here. Let me in. Let me in.
You win, K.
I'm in already. God damn it, I didn't think I was in. Hey, no, this is the list that got updated today, the 11th, this morning.
ESPN don't even got Devin Haney.
The Ring Magazine is not updated yet.
No list. Yep, cause this Ring Magazine list from today. No list got Devin Haney on the list.
No.
And Ring Magazine got Jermell Charlo ranked number 10.
They do? Okay. Now, whenever the ESPN was talking about this list right here, when fucking asshole Coppinger was talking about it, he gave Haney his props, you know, that he just made it. He was like number 11. He didn't make it into the top 10. But he explained what Haney accomplished, you know, that's what he said. But that ain't shit, man. That's a bunch of racist bullshit.
This
that's
Ring
new
Magazine
list that was updated June 11th. That's today. And ESPN Ring Magazine, I can't find theirs new updated list yet.
I just told you. Anui number 1, Usyk number 2, Bud number 3, Earl number 4, Estrada number 5, Canelo number 6, Lomachenko number 7, Bivol number 8, Josh Taylor number 9, Charlo number 10. So y'all telling me Lomachenko and Estrada deserve to be on this list before Charlo and Devin Haney?
Nope, not at all. Lomachenko shouldn't even be on that fucking list at all, period.
I'm going to tell y'all this.
2 fucking losses, man.
Estrada and Lomachenko are a prime example of how these official lists
are moving,
you know, are skewed. You know what I mean? They put the people that work for them on there. Like a top rank list going to have top ranked fighters. You know what I mean? Golden Boy make Ring Magazine list, you know what I mean? So it's going to be Golden Boy fighters, you know, on the list. The only people who don't got a hand on the vote for the official list are the PBC fighters, which is why it's a struggle for them to get in there. And not just the PBC fighters, just, you know, black fighters in general. There's no way you could still justify having Lomachenko ranked above Devin Haney when they're in the same division. Lomachenko don't got a strap, and Devin Haney just beat the dude that beat Lomachenko.
Ring Magazine don't even have fucking
Devin Haney on there. Lomachenko got
Roman Gonzalez is number 10.
Now they got Jermell Charlo number 10.
It's been updated then since I wrote it down right here. Yeah.
Now they got Jermell Charlo number 10. Josh Taylor number 9, Bivol number 8, Lomachenko number 7, Canelo number 6, Estrada number 5, Earl number 4, Crawford number 3, Usyk number 2, Inoue number 1.
Damn. Yeah, Inoue number 1.
They got Inoue number 1 over Usyk, over Terrence, over Earl. My thing is Estrada, Vestal Lomachenko are not supposed to be in the top in the pound for pound at all. They're not supposed to be.
Josh Taylor on there? Josh Taylor still on that list?
Yeah, Josh Taylor number 9. I ain't even mad at that.
Josh Taylor be on that list.
I ain't even mad at that, K.
I know he was the rock fight, man.
Why you mad?
Because he lost that fucking fight, man. I know they gave it to him, but he's really lost that shit. That should count for something. Goddamn.
Well,
That's true. That is true. But I ain't even mad. He wasn't even. I feel like Estrada and Lomachenko should be taken out before him, though.
Oh yeah. Them two need to go. Yeah. Yeah, that's for damn sure.
I don't know how.
And how does ESPN put fucking Tyson Fury in there at 5 and he's fucking retired?
Right.
What the fuck is that? You know, this is an updated list. What the hell are they putting him at number 5 for?
Right. He supposedly, retired.
Yeah, but that's just them filling in the blanks, man. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
2 black fighters that got undisputed, man. Unfucking disputed, and they're not on the list. That's fucked up, boy.
Facts. Devin Haney. Now, I had saw a list after Devin Haney fight where it said Devin Haney was ranked number 10 in the pound for pound, but my guy K telling me they updated it and Devin Haney not in there at all.
Yeah, ESPN don't have him in there at all. No, not their new list they come out with. Like I said, I heard Carpenter talking about he was talking about Devin Haney. If he gave him his props, what he accomplished, but he wasn't in the top 10. And believe me, I'm letting them know. I'm all over fucking ESPN, Mike Carpenter, Twitter, man. I'm tearing them up right now, man. Fuck them. I'm a white dude. I can tell them that shit, man. I tell them I'm just a fan of boxing, man, and that's just unfair what y'all doing to them guys, man. They just both won undisputed. Why the fuck they not on that list? Make it make sense. Why they not on that fucking list? They don't know who I am. They just know I'm a boxing fan. That I'm a white guy.
More so, this also why I I strip those official pound for pound lists. Because it's more so for promotion. That's literally what it's for. It's to promote their own fighters. Now, some fighters, they just blatantly can't leave them off the list because then it's going to expose all the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's going to expose all the bullshit. Like, they can't, even though Earl Spence PBC, they can't leave him off. You know what I mean? Type deal. Even though, Jermell Charlo is PBC, right? They not going to put 2 PBC fighters up there at all, you know what I mean? So what they do is they put him number 10, Jermell Charlo. So when the next guy win, when another guy win, they could just take Jermell Charlo off and say, well, we put him up there, but Jermell Charlo. So Jermell Charlo had to come off because he was number 10. You know what I mean? It's strictly to promote their fighters. They don't want to put people who not in bed with them fighters up there because they don't want to get them, promotion. That's why those official lists that y'all, credit. Those official lists that y'all credit so much, I don't give, no credit to because it's an agenda. They wake up every day with an agenda to put. They wake up and say, oh, well, y'all got to put Lomachenko on y'all pound for pound. Y'all got to build Lomachenko up. Y'all got to put Estrada in y'all pound for pound. You know what I mean? Y'all got to build Estrada up. Y'all got to talk good about these fights because they work for Top Rank. Y'all got to talk some way about these fights because they work for the other side. They got agendas, you know what I mean, over there. So it's never they never go give you how they really feel, or they never go give you the real because they got to push certain fighters that work for them. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the pound for pounds that we put out, the YouTubers, Blue Champ Side, BF, all them, I give more credit to them because ain't no bias in that. We putting the fighters up there who we feel like, are the best fighters. We don't gotta put Lomachenko or Estrada or Canelo in there because we feel like that. Oh, Canelo make me some money. Oh, I don't want to get on Canelo bad side. Or I'm promoting Lomachenko. So even though he got 2 losses to Journeyman, I'ma still put him on the pound for pound list. Even though he got 2 losses to Journeyman, and I'm gonna keep Devin Haney off the list. Even though the dude that beat Lomachenko, Devin Haney beat the dude that beat him. You know what I mean? So it's strictly, bro. It's to pull the wool over your eyes. You know what I mean? I've been watching it for a long time. I saw what they did to Spence for a long time. They wouldn't put him on the list, and then he knocked out Kell Brook. You know what I mean? Then they had to put him on the list. They would never put him. They'll put him between number 7 and number 10. You know what I mean? And then he piled up that Sean Porter win, and then they had to start putting them in the top 5. But they only put him number 5 or number 4, and they'll keep dropping them down to number 6. And then he beat Sean Porter, and then they started putting him number 3 and number 4. You know what I mean? And then he beat the James Ugas, and then they finally put him number 2 for 1 week. But sure enough, they moved him back down, you know, to number 4. You know what I mean? It just certain fighters they can't leave off. They gonna keep them up there. You know what I mean? But they'll still never get them, you know, they full credit. You know what I mean? But a fighter like Lomachenko or a fighter like Canelo could have recent losses and still be in the pound for pound. You know what I mean? And it not affect them at all.
No.
But a fighter like Devin Haney could win undisputed and not even make the list. You know what I mean? Talking about ESPN list and Ring Magazine list, T20.
You might be right.
What?
The updated list. Let me see. I'm looking at it right now. Let me see. The one that come out today. Oh, yesterday. ESPN. It might have.
Yeah, Haney number 10.
Let's see what it's got right here. No, this is the old one right here. This one right here is old. Yeah. The results are good to June 23rd. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that's
It was good.
Same list, but it's got Canelo number 1.
Real quick, say something to my folks in the bed. And can't do this real quick. But yeah, man, I'm sick of these pound for pound. Though. That's why I make my own pound for pound. For real.
That's right.
That's why I make my own pound for pounds, because how the hell, right? What is really what I'm asking right now on this man? What is the fucking criteria? What is the criteria? What is the fucking criteria of judging these pound for pounds and ranking these pound for pound? Like, what are they going by? Because it's looking like it's all over the goddamn place. You know what I mean? If you asking me, a win over Donner is 39 years old. You know what I mean? A win. So you telling me a win over Donner is what made Haney number 1? Y'all know Haney was like number 4 last week. So Devin Haney. So Devin Haney getting undisputed of his division. Don't put him on the list at all. But Haney beating an old Donner who he already beat, right? Haney beating somebody he already beat before 3 years ago. You know what I mean? That's going to make him that's gonna make him jump 3 spots. That's gonna make him jump Earl Spence, Bud Crawford, Alexander Usyk, and Canelo Alvarez. That's gonna put him number 1 on the pound for pound list, being Donner. And I love Donner. We all wanted Donner to win, but Donner was a plus 370 for a reason. You know what I mean? He was an underdog for a reason. I know way you telling me that him being Donner at 39 makes him better than Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, Alexander Usyk, and even Canelo Alvarez. Out of all the people on the pound for pound, let's just be real. Anyway, is the least proven. So how the fuck did he get the top spot? You know what I mean? If we going straight resumes, he probably got the worst one. You know what I mean? Out of the guys on their pound for pound. How the hell is he? I got a problem with him being number 1. I got a problem with Devin Haney being number 10. And I got a problem with Jermell Charlo not being on ESPN list at all. Now, Ring Magazine put Jermell Charlo number 10, which I thought was too low from the beginning. But I knew once I saw Jermell Charlo ranked number 10, what's good, D-Free? I knew once I saw Charlo ranked number 10 on ESPN list that he wasn't going to be there long. And go back and check my Southern T that I made when I said Jermell Charlo comes in number 10 on the pound for pound list. And some people, you know, celebrated, you know what I mean? And I celebrated a little bit, you know what I mean? But I saw them play the whole time. I knew that as soon as another fighter that they like did something, that they would go take Jermell Charlo off their list. You know what I mean? Type deal. I got a problem with Haney being number 1. I got a problem with Jermell, you know, not being on ESPN list. And I got a problem with Devin Haney not being on Ring Magazine list and being number 10 on ESPN list. You know what I mean? Estrada. I don't even know when Juan Estrada last fight was. And somebody tell me
I know that's right.
Estrada last fight was Mr. Franchise Juan Estrada. Somebody tell me when the franchise trap won the straw the last fight was. You know what I mean? Nobody knows. How was this guy ranked number 5? How was this guy ranked number 10? How? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to not have that man in the list. You know what I mean? Cool boy, right? Cool boy not on there. Cool boy not on there. You know what I mean? Like what they need to really tell us what are the requirements for these pound for pound lists. But you know they'll never do that because ain't no fucking real requirements for the pound for pound list. It's literally who they want to put up there, you know, at the time that they want to stick them up there. Like I said, I don't take their list serious because it's mostly promotion. It's mostly to just promote. Not mostly. It's solely to promote, you know, their fighters. Jake Paul and Amanda Serrano going back to Madison Square Garden August 6th.
When? For what?
A fight. Jake Paul gonna fight August 6th. Amanda Serrano fighting on this undercard.
Oh,
Shout
wow.
out everybody come to just getting in the building. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button for your boy when y'all roll on in. We on this joint shooting the shit about the new pound for pounds they just dropped. We got the ESPN pound for pound list up there. And I got the Ring Magazine pound for pound list, you know, right in front of me.
Here it is right
here. We torn right now whether David Haney ranked number 10 or he not ranked at all on the list. I saw he was ranked number 10.
I don't know. This is the newest one right here because they're talking about Haney just beating Cam, so this must be new. 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, David Haney's number 10. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a problem with Devin Haney being number 10 for the same reason that I had a problem with Jermell Charlo being number 10. Because I feel like they stick you number 10 when they just want to bump you down when another fight happens. So we got to really pay attention to y'all. I want us to pay attention on Southern T right now to this shit. We got to pay attention to what fight is about to happen and who they possibly could take Devin Haney off the list for. You know what I mean? Because I knew that they would take Jermell Charlo off the ESPN list. Once Jermell Charlo made the ESPN list at number 10, I put it up. You know what I mean? And I see
he got 9 votes to get up there. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I said once they put him number 10, I said he's not gonna be there for long. I feel like they putting him up there just to take him down. And I feel like as long as Devin Haney, you know, with top rank, he may stay around number 10, but I feel like they putting him up there to eventually take him down because that's too low in general. It's especially too low when you got a guy like Juan Estrada, you know what I'm saying, ranked above Devin Haney. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We need to lay it out criteria on what the hell are they using these pound for pounds. What the hell they using to come up with these pound for pound lists, you know what I mean?
There's a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Let me see Andre Ward. He voted Crawford number 1, number 2 Spence, Inoue 3, 4 Alvarez, 5 Usyk, 6 Bivol, 7 Stevenson, number 8 Haney, number 9 Davis, and number 10 Charlo. That's what Andre Ward put for his vote. Yeah, he got Haney and Charlo on there. Nobody else got Haney and Charlo. Yeah, Parkinson, he's got Haney and Charlo number 8, number 10. But he's got Inu number 1. Yeah. Let me see who else that I recognize. Nobody else. Man, there's a bunch that got Haney and Charlo up there. Haney number 10, Charlo number 8. This guy. This motherfucker here don't got him at all. This motherfucker here don't have him at all. This motherfucker
yeah, most of those lists are bullshit. Like most of those lists are bullshit. And
these are the people that actually make the list, though, that votes on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4.
My thing is, how do you at this point, right? How do you justify Lomachenko being on your goddamn list, man?
15 people, man.
How do you justify Lomachenko still being on your list? Y'all do your boy a favor when y'all roll in, hit that like button for your boy. We got some boxing today on this Good Friday too, by the way, y'all. We got a fight card. So I think it's a showbox card. It's a showbox card, okay? Showtime. It's a showbox card tonight, if I ain't mistaken. We got a showbox card tonight, Friday night boxing. You know what I mean?
11 out of 15 people put Lomachenko in that list. The one he's
My
up there.
thing is, how is Lomachenko still, making these lists? You know what I mean? With 2 losses. When we y'all
don't have him on the list.
Lomachenko lost to a journeyman in Salido, and he lost to a prospect. What guy that loses to a journeyman and a prospect remains on the pound for pound list? And he also lost to a journeyman and a prospect in less than 20 fights.
Oh, Bradley don't like fucking Charlo, huh? Bradley don't even have him on his list, man. He's got Haney and Davis.
How do you? Of course, Coach J. Of course, Coach Joe. You know we gonna rob the book as soon as this thing in. Don't worry about it. We gonna rob the book as soon as this
Bradley, man.
I'm gonna do the marathon for the fights because the fights come on at 5 tonight.
Yeah, I gotta go and finish my roof, man, real quick.
Yeah.
It'll take me a couple of hours, I'm sure. So. Yeah, but you got my bed and everything, so you're good right now. Yeah. My phone's on top of the roof right now. Shit.
Yeah, I got your baseball bit. I ain't got no fight bit enough.
I put that. Damn, I told you to put plus the 4 fights that was in it.
Okay, today.
You didn't add them 4 fights to it?
Yeah, okay, I got you.
That's why I'm putting $20 on it, man, for all of that.
So you want 20 on it?
Yeah.
The 4 fights in the baseball games.
Yeah, all the baseball games that I put in there and $20. Yeah, and the 4 fights. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't tell you about the 4 fights, but you got them. You know, the same thing we talked yesterday.
All right.
Yeah. That'd be worth a little bit of money. It'll help the boxing if I put $20 on it. The 4 fights.
Yeah.
Make it worth a little something, maybe.
Yeah. I bet I got you.
Yeah. All right.
I think I'll find my blood, yeah.
You gonna what?
Yeah.
You gonna keep this one running? No, I'll come back. Sure.
See, if you paying attention, if we paying attention, like I know we all do. If we paying attention, like I know we all do here, you know what I mean? I know we all, know boxing and shit. If we really paying attention, this is where you see the business of boxing, fuck up, the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? Because boxing is already a blood and gut sport. It's already a warrior sport. You know what I mean? So these fighters, work hard. And these fighters at the top, they work even harder to be at the top of their sport. You know what I mean? So when a fighter, reaches a certain level, when a fighter get to a certain status, for for them not to be acknowledged or for them to have a status, taken from them, or for them to be, derailed, on their path to a championship, which happens to a lot of people, which just happened to David Haney. You know what I mean? He eventually got there, but even look what he had to go through, to get there. It's not fair that a fighter, could work so hard in this messed up, dirty game of boxing. You know what I mean? And still not get the just due or the credit they deserve when they get to a spot in such a blood and guts, you know what I mean, sport. It's like fighting. A lot of these fighters, are fighting for no reason. A fighter like David Haney, you know what I mean? You kind of can't deny a guy like that. You know what I mean? He shined too bright. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of fighters on the lower level than David Haney. A lot of fighters, who don't got the pull or the name that David Haney got. They get fed the short end of a stick and who almost never get their opportunity. You know what I mean? Good fighters. You know what I mean? I can name you a couple right now at the top of my head. O'Shaq Foster, Albert Bell, who work hard, who been made promises to get to a certain spot, a certain level, and then they don't get, that shine or that opportunity for whatever reason because of the business of boxing. These pound for pound lists are just like a product, of that shit. You know what I mean? Devin Haney and Charlo worked hard to become undisputed. They worked hard to get to where they was at. They took fights that they probably was looked at as one supposed to win. You know what I mean? They probably took deals they didn't necessarily want to take, a la Devin Haney. You know what I mean? To get to where they wanted. And they got there. And you mean to tell me you still go to pride these guys? You know what I mean? Or the credit and the just due that they deserve. But you will put a guy like Inoue over Canelo, Alexander Usyk, Earl Spence, and Bud Crawford. And he did less than everybody mentioned in said statement. He don't got a better resume than nobody I said. He not a better fighter than nobody I said. Usyk, Canelo, Earl Spence, Bud Crawford. Not a better fighter than Devin Haney. You know what I mean? If you want to be real. Not as accomplished as Devin Haney, you know what I mean? Devin Haney got that undisputed tag. Yeah, anyway, got a couple divisions, but you can't tell me no champions he beat that undisputed. Now, you might be able to go Google some shit right now and then come back later and be like, well, yeah, he blah, 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 blah. But off the top of your head, you don't know them people. Nobody know them people that he beat off the top of your head. Only person you know that he beat off the top of your head is Donaire. That's the only person you know that he beat off the top of your head. And I'm not saying Monster shouldn't be on the list. I'm saying how the fuck is Monster anyway number 1 and Charlo don't even make the list, and Devin Haney number 10 on the ESPN list. Charlo is number 10 on the Ring Magazine list. They finally put him on the Ring Magazine list, and he had the Ring Magazine belt for like a year and a half. Let that shit sink in. Make that part make sense to me first. So Charlo finally came in at number 10 on the Ring Magazine list, which is too fucking low. But he had the Ring Magazine belt for like a year and a half, And then Devin Haney came in at number 10 on the ESPN list, and the guy like Estrada is ranked like number 5 on the Ring Magazine list, and like number 7 on the ESPN list. How is Estrada ranked higher than Devin Haney and Charlo on anybody's pound for pound list? You know what I mean? I'm not arguing Noah being on the pound for pound list. I'm arguing Noah being number 1 on the pound for pound list. You know what I mean? How is a guy like Estrada even on the pound for pound list when Charlo and Devin Haney can't make the list? Make that shit make sense to me. How is a guy like, I dare anybody answer that shit for me. That'd be the best birthday present y'all give me. It's my birthday week. If somebody tell me that, answer me how's Estrada on the list, and Devin Haney and Charlo number 10 are not on the list. How the fuck? We know Estrada for robbing Chocolatito out of fights. That's why we know Estrada. Some people don't even think Chocolatito should be on the list. Let me tell you the irony of this shit. Chocolatito deserved to be on the list when he was on the list. But let me tell you what the whole Estrada play was. They wanted to replace Estrada with Chocolatito. You know what I mean? For whatever reason. So when Estrada fought Chocolatito, that nigga lost, but they gave the fight to Estrada, and they put Estrada in there, and they locked him in. They even gave him a franchise title so he wouldn't have to fight Chocolatito right then. He could age Chocolatito out a couple years and then fight him so they could keep Estrada on the pound for pound list. Tell me if that sounds familiar. I'm going to say it again, but this time I'm going to say it slow. Chocolatito fought Juan Estrada. He beat Juan Estrada, right? But they gave Juan Estrada the victory on the cards. They gave Juan Estrada, a franchise belt. That's the only little difference. They gave Estrada a franchise belt, so he won't have to fight Chocolatito right on in the instant rematch. They waited a couple years, and then now they go put the fight on. And then I bet you they move him up higher in the pound for pound list. I'm going to tell you who that sound like. That sound like Monster and Donaire. that sound like Monster Anyway version of Nito Donaire. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, we see the play. If you really pay attention, you can see the plays is what I'm getting at. Like, why? The reason I keep asking, why is Estrada on there? Because they want him to be. It's to promote him. And I'm not saying that Anyway is not a good fighter. I'm saying Estrada is not a good fighter, and he didn't even beat Chocolatito. He didn't even beat Chocolatito, to be real with you. I'm not saying Anyway is not a good fighter. I'm saying Estrada is not a good fighter, and he shouldn't be on there. You know what I mean? But when you put a guy like Estrada on there and you put a guy like Anyway number 1, you got to explain how guys like Jermell Charlo and guys like Devin Haney either are number 10, and Tank Davis for that matter. Let's throw Tank in there. Guys like Tank Davis, Jermell Charlo, and Devin Haney are either number 10 or not on the list. When a guy like Warren Estrada can make the list when he didn't even beat fucking Chocolatito for real. You know what I mean? It's because y'all want to promote Estrada. And let's get even bigger. Let's get even deeper. How the fuck is Lomachenko still on all these pound-for-pound lists? He lost to Teofimo Lopez. Kambosos beat Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez was on the pound-for-pound list at all. Was on the pound-for-pound list also. Teofimo Lopez was ranked in the top 10 at a point on the pound-for-pound list. You know what I mean? Was Teofimo Lopez. So, riddle me this. So, Teofimo Lopez was ranked in the top 10 on the pound-for-pound list. Lomachenko was ranked number 1 on the pound-for-pound list at a point in time. Still ranked on the pound-for-pound list, number 7 after 2 losses. But stay with me here. I don't want to give y'all too much. I don't want to give y'all too much at once. Stay with me here. So we got this. So we got goddamn. Hold on, fool. So we got goddamn Estrada. We got goddamn Lomachenko being ranked on the pound-for-pound list higher than Devin Haney and Jermell, right? When he lost to T.O., who was also on the pound-for-pound list. So now we got 2 people on the pound-for-pound list, T.O. and Lomachenko, right? Boom. A guy named George Kambosos beat T.O. So now you got Loma on the pound-for-pound list, T.O. on the pound-for-pound list. They lost to a guy who wasn't on the fucking pound-for-pound list at all, right? And Kambosos. Devin Haney come and he beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy. I'm going to say that again. Devin Haney come and he beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy, and he don't make the pound-for-pound list at all. But Tion Lomachenko was on there, and Devin Haney beat a dude who essentially is better than both of them because he beat Lomachenko. Because he beat T.O., who beat Lomachenko, and Devin beat him. So you mean to tell me a guy like Lomachenko still making your pound-for-pound list, but Jermell Charlo and Devin Haney can't? You mean to tell me those 2 undisputed champions are either number 10 or not on the pound-for-pound list? Or they not making your list at all? Shout out my nigga G5. What's good, Phil? Appreciate you sliding through this young G5. Glad you can make it, pimp. Shout out my guy Curtis Swell. Appreciate you sliding through this young Curtis. Glad you can make it. Uncommentary, what's good? Y'all listen to your boy Uncommentary and smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Greatly appreciate it. I'm in this John talking about this pound for pound real quick. Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, what's good. But yeah, I'm in here chopping up about this pound for pound, man. I'm just trying to make sense of this shit. I'm trying to make this shit make sense a little bit to myself in my head. Like, how the fuck, right? Lou DiBella just said he expect George Kambosos to exercise his rematch clause. So Lou DiBella leaving it up to George Kambosos. Lou DiBella said, I think he's going to exercise the rematch clause. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he didn't. I think the difficult for him again, but I think he can fight better than he did last time. But yeah. So I'm in, so we in here chopping it up about, so we just in here chopping it up about this pound for pound shit, and it happened, to come through, the wire. So if he beat George Kambosos twice, who was the man that beat the man, y'all got to move Devin Haney up in the pound for pound list. But I see what y'all doing. I see what y'all did, and I see what y'all doing. Y'all let Donaire scatter on away from. Y'all let Monster scattered on the way from Doe for a couple years, 3 years, and then y'all let him fight. Boom, boost him up to number 1. Y'all let Estrada scary on the way from goddamn Chocolatito for a couple years because they had a close fight, and then now y'all about to let Chocolatito and Estrada fight again, and when he beat Chocolatito, y'all go boost Estrada ass up through the roof for being the old ass Chocolatito. I see what y'all doing. What's good, Yoda? Appreciate you sliding through this, Yoda. Glad you can make it. Appreciate you sliding through this, jump pimp. Glad you can make it. DP Rocker, what's good? Glad you can make it, Chief. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this jump. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button on the way in. We in here chopping up about these updated pound for pound lists. Y'all know we did our pound for pound, on Southern T after the Devin Haney fight. The quote unquote, right? The quote unquote official pound for pound list is dropped. And I got a major problem with the motherfucking pound for pound lists. You know what I mean? The Ring magazine got Jamel ranked number 10. They don't got Devin Haney ranked at all. And ESPN, so with the shit, they got Devin Haney ranked number 10. They had Jamel ranked number 10, which I had a problem with. I knew they was going to bump him out, but they bumped Jamel out for Devin Haney and put Devin Haney number 10. So y'all mean to tell me Jamel and Devin Haney are borderline pound for pound people, while Estrada, Lomachenko are motherfucking top 5 guys, top 6 guys in the pound for pound, top 10 guys. Fuck that. What do you mean? How? In what world? How? How in what world is Devin Haney and Jamel Charlo 10 and 11, but Estrada is motherfucking 10 to 5? Make it make sense to me. If y'all getting in the building, y'all do your boy a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Greatly appreciate if you rolling on in. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. When this thing chopping it up about the updated pound for pound list. I don't got no problem with Anua being on the pound for pound list. Anua does deserve to be on the pound for pound list. My problem is with him being number 1 and Jamel not being on there and Devin Haney being 10. Like, how do you even make sense of that? You know what I mean? Appreciate that, Curtis. Appreciate that, Curtis. And I think I did a good job my pound for pound. And again, I got Devin Haney number 10 as well. I got Devin Haney number 10 as well. But what I don't got is Devin Haney number 10 and Jamel not on the list. That shit is unexplainable. I got Devin Haney number 10, but Jamel is my number 1. You know what I mean? I don't get anyway, on my list, but I do get anyway in my top 15. He's not in my top 10 pound for pound. That's why I'm thrilled at how he is number 1. I guess they telling me the same thing. They ain't how the fuck Southern T got Jamel number 1. He not even on my list. They coming like, I get anyway number 1 and Jamel not on my list. You know what I mean? So they probably looking at me like I'm goddamn crazy. You know what I mean? But I think they goddamn crazy. You know what I mean? I ain't got no problem with anyway being on nobody's list at all. I swear I don't. I got a problem if Jamel not on your list. And how is Jamel not on quote-unquote official list when he's undisputed and he beat everybody in his division? You got to make it make sense. You got to justify Estrada being up there. You know what I mean? And Jamel not making it. And if you Ring magazine, first of all, if you Ring magazine, I need you to justify how Jamel was Ring magazine champion for a whole year and a half and wasn't on the Ring magazine list, and you finally put him in at number 10, and he been reigning Ring magazine champion since he beat fucking goddamn Tony Harrison, was it? I think he been reigning magazine champion since he beat Tony Harrison. You know what I mean? When he had the belts and he lost the belts, they made it 1 versus 2. Tony Harrison versus him, Ring magazine champion. He been Ring magazine champion since Tony Harrison, and y'all just now putting him number 10, on the goddamn, pound for pound list. So I got a problem with that. And I got a problem with Ring magazine not having Devin Haney on there at all. You know what I mean? My guy Calvinello said Rosario. So So that's even longer than what I was saying. So he been the Ring Magazine champion for a year or two. You know what I mean? My guy DBJ Truth, I don't think they worry about the pound for pound list. Only person I heard say something about pound for pound was Bud Crawford. Now, I feel you, DP. I feel you, DP. But in the end, bro, you know them folks want to be recognized for their work. You heard Jamel say, you heard what Jamel after his last fight, DP. He said y'all can't. He said y'all can't. What he say? What he say? He said y'all can't. He said y'all can't ignore me now. He like y'all can't ignore me now. Y'all can't ignore me now. He was saying something like that. He was like y'all can't doubt me now. Y'all can't ignore me now. Then he was like, yeah, Mike Cop. You know what I mean? He was coming at them folks, you know what I mean? He was like, y'all can't ignore me now. He care. Put them folks in their rightful place, DP. That's all I want. I just want them to put them folks in their rightful place. DP, it's a reason I talk about this shit, DP. I want them to put them folks in their rightful place because the casual fan, the fan who don't really know, yeah, DP, you know. That's why you can come here and tell me, DP, man, them folks don't really care about that because you know who the real is and they know who the real is. But the casual eye, the person who just walking around here who don't really know, you know what the hell going on in boxing, they really telling them that Estrada is better than goddamn Jamel and Devin Haney. And they believe it. They really telling them that Lomachenko is better than Devin Haney and Jamel Charlo. And they believe it because it's all that they know. That's all that they know. That's all that they know. You know what I mean? They putting all this bullshit out there to the people. They the reason people like me can even have a channel. I got 26 likes. I need 4 of y'all to hit that like button for me so I can get 30 likes. Appreciate y'all folks sliding through this joint. I need 4 likes till I get to 30. Y'all smash that like button if y'all just getting in. And if y'all ain't smashing on the way in, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all go out, jab that like button, roll on back in. Greatly appreciate it. But now I gotta say this shit, DP, because as far as my little ass page, you know, go take it. You know what I mean? I gotta speak this. You know what I mean? Again, I got no problem with Monster being on the list. I got a problem with him being number 1 and Jamel not being on the list at all. You know what I mean? And then I just sat here and I made it make sense to myself. Just like I left a new one out of my top 10, they really feel like it's okay to leave Jamel Charlo out of their top 10. But what people don't know is strategically, I always leave Anua out my top 10. Just like this time I left Bud out my top 10. This is my first time leaving Bud out, but I always leave Anua out because they always leave Jamel out. You know what I mean? And Jamel has beat a lot better competition. You know what I mean? He's a lot more proven than goddamn Anua is. And they always leave Jamel out. The reason I always have Earl Spence number 1 or number 2 is because they always had him goddamn number 10, number 7 and shit, you know, for so goddamn long or not putting him in there. You know what I mean? The reason I could put a person like Clarissa Shields in my pound for pound is because they always put a ridiculous ass person in a pound for pound. Like how the fuck you got 2 heavyweights in the pound for pound and Estrada in the pound for pound? That shit ridiculous as fuck. So I think putting Clarissa Shields as my number 4 pound for pound make more sense than you motherfuckers on ESPN not putting her number 1 pound for pound as the best women's boxer and all the motherfucking shenanigans y'all pull with y'all top 10 men's pound for pound. I feel like me sticking Clarissa Shields in at number 4 on my pound for pound make perfect goddamn sense. I feel like it make perfect goddamn sense. You know what I mean? Compared to y'all shit, I don't even know how the fuck Estrada and Lomachenko even make a goddamn list. You know what I mean? But we know they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Fuck old BT. Yeah, it's been fuck old media. You know what I'm saying? Old media is the reason people like me can even come here and do this. Because y'all know y'all getting the real. Y'all know y'all getting the solid. And y'all know when they talk this shit, it's agenda. They wake up every day. And they gotta say A, B, C, and D, and they gotta stick to a plan. They gotta stick to a certain agenda. People like me who do this shit, we do this shit. Like what we do is what pay us. Like don't nobody necessarily pay us. what we, when we come here and we talk this good shit to y'all, what we generate from it, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We speak what we speak. You know what I'm saying? Whatever come back to us, come back to us. You know what I mean? That's how we roll. Ain't nobody telling us, hey, you got to say this. Ain't nobody telling us, hey, you got to put Lomachenko in your pound for pound because he ESPN in the top rank. Hey, you got to put Estrada in your pound for pound because he the zone. And, we fuck with them in the Ring magazine. And we want to have our fighters in the Ring magazine. And they want to have their fighters on the ESPN. So, we got a good working relationship. That's why we can make the zone fights and ESPN fights all the time. You know what I mean? Because we got a good working relationship. We got to keep each other, relevant. It's really us against them because, they the new people on the block. They used to work for us. You know what I'm saying? I tried to sue them too, but they ended up winning. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I could work with y'all. We can get this shit popping and promote our fighters, but we go keep y'all fighters, on the back end, on the back train, back. And we only go put the fighters that we got to put up there because everybody already know them. You know what I mean? Y'all fighters got to damn near be perfect to make the list. You know what I mean? Type shit. But I see the play. You know what I mean? I see the play. But as soon as they stuck Jermell up there at number 10, I dropped my EP. And I said Jermell Charlo comes in number 10 in the pound for pound. And some people got happy. And I was happy when I first saw it. But my first thought was, yeah, shout out Jermell. They finally giving him respect. But my second thought was, I know they just put him. I said, first of all, number 10 too low. They probably just putting him there to take him out eventually when they get somebody that they want to put in there. And what they did was they stuck Devin Haney in there at number 10, right, to say, oh, well, we put Devin Haney in there before, but somebody getting ready to fight that they like, and as soon as that one person fight that they like, I bet you they take Devin Haney off their list as well. So I'm going to be in here talking about no Charlo and no Devin Haney in just a second. And they put Monster Anui up there at number 1 for beating up a guy that he already beat up. How is this shit making sense? How is this shit making sense? How are they coming up with this? They gotta lay down and that's the problem with boxing. It ain't no rules to this shit. You know what I mean? It really ain't. People literally can do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I mean? Is that when Berteriel stops Smith, guaranteed they'll take Devin off. You know what I mean? Or something like it's a fight coming up. It's something coming up. Estrada and Chocolatito, I think, getting ready to fight. Somebody getting ready to fight. I bet you Devin Haney go drop out to 10. I don't know who it's going to be, but I bet somebody will drop out to 10. You know what I mean? And they stuck Bivol in the 10 for beating Canelo. They still got Canelo ranked higher than Bivol. You know what I mean? This man beat Canelo, and you still got Canelo ranked higher than him. Make that shit make sense. They stay doing a bunch of bullshit that don't make sense. You know what I mean? Y'all do your boy a favor. If y'all just rolling in, y'all smash that like button again. We here for a good and a long time. You know what I mean? Because I could cook on how these motherfuckers be doing whatever the hell they want to all day. Speaking of Estrada, he a franchise champion too. Sometimes people forget that. And again, I'm going to say this again because I want the people in the back to hear, the people who just getting here, the people who sliding through, the people who easing in. Do y'all not see the play with what just happened? They bumped Anui up to number 1. And again, I'm not arguing with Anui being on the pound for pound list. My argument is him being number 1. They bumped him up to number 1 after waiting 3 years to fight Donaire again. So y'all made him number 1 for beating the guy that he already beat. Now, on the ESPN list, what Estrada is number 9 or something like that. And on the Ring magazine list, Estrada is number 5. So the play is just like they aged out Donaire, they aged out Chocolatito. Donaire and Chocolatito gave those young bulls a run for their money. They almost won a fight. Some think they really did win. Some think they really did, won their prospective fights. You know what I mean? They gave them young bulls a run for their money. You know what I mean? So what we gonna do is we gonna age them out and we gonna put them back in the ring and we gonna let those young bulls finish the job and clean them up and go and get them up out of there. You think I don't see the play? You think I ain't see the play? It's promotion. They want to promote those lower weight classes. Oh, look, there are some people at the lower weight classes. Oh, they're superstars. They're beating up everybody. They're just magnificent. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Anyway. The thing with Anyway is the thing with Anyway or Nui is they're doing the same thing to Nui that they did with Lomachenko. What you mean, Sudden T? What I'm saying is there is no way in hell that Nui or Anyway is a bad fighter. Not saying it at all. But what I'm saying is y'all putting him over these guys, not just a guy, not just, Earl Spence, but y'all put him over Terrence Crawford. Y'all put him over Alexander Usyk. Y'all put him over Canelo Alvarez. Y'all put him over Earl Spence. Y'all put him over Jermell Charlo. Y'all put him over all those guys. And y'all tell me that that's the best fighter pound for pound. Now, I ain't blind. The man can fight, but when you tell me that he better than all those guys, bro, now you reaching. Now you bullshit. Now you selling me a dream. That's exactly what they did to Lomachenko. Oh, he's the next Floyd Mayweather. Oh, he's better than Muhammad Ali. Oh, he's the next best thing since the wheel. You know what I mean? And Lomachenko is good as well. He not top 10 pound for pound right now. And he in the pound for pound list. And I got a problem with that. But he not top 10 pound for pound right now, but he a good fighter. Always been a good fighter, even when he was in the pound for pound. Never thought he was the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. That number one pound for pound fighter in the world went away in his second fight. He lost to a journeyman in Salido in his second fight, in the fight where they were trying to give him a belt to put him in the pound for pound respectively. He lost his second fight of his professional career. He got 2 title shots in his first 3 fights. That man didn't have a choice but to be great. You know what I mean? Come on now. But, it is what it is. What's up, Tim? Appreciate you sliding through this, John Tim Mosaic. Glad you can make it. I mean, this, talking about the discrepancies and all these, and all these sanctionings and rankings and all this shit, and how, they tied together and all this shit with this pound for pound, and how it's set up to really promote certain fighters, not to tell us who really the best, fighter pound for pound. You know what I mean? What's good, Tim? But yeah, like, bro, when we really getting down to it, it's set up. The Donaire and the Chocolatito thing, it's set up to keep those guys in the pound for pound, to boost those guys, and they turn the Anua into the new Lomachenko. Extremely talented fighters, but they not better than those guys we see before them, and they just not. I won't have no problem with nobody putting Anua in that top 10. You know what I mean? But he not better than the best fighters, and we know who the best fighters are. You know what I mean? And we know who the goddamn best fighters are, or type deal. So when you put Anua at number 1, it makes me quit. I gotta look at you crazy, because how the hell do you not have Jermell Charlo on there at all? If Anua is number 1, you mean to tell me that and Devin Haney is number 10 on the ESPN list? He not ranked at all on the Ring Magazine list. Charlo is ranked number 10 on the Ring Magazine list. He not ranked at all on the ESPN list. And I think that that's done by design, because I just told you how those two entities and sanctioning bodies and shit work together. Top ranked ESPN make fights all the time with DAZN. Or the Ring Magazine is ran by motherfucking Oscar De La Hoya in DAZN. You know what I'm saying? But not in DAZN, Oscar De La Hoya basically, who put his shit on DAZN. You know what I mean? That's where his fighters showcase his fighters at. That's where his fighters showcase their talents at DAZN. That's Oscar De La Hoya shit, Ring Magazine, all that shit, the rankings and the pound. This Oscar De La Hoya. So it's him putting those fighters in there. You know what I mean? Those guys have no problem working with each other. You know what I mean? They help each other promote each other fighters. Top Rank got a platform, and Ring Magazine, got a platform. Those are where the official rankings come from. You know what I mean? So those guys work together. The other side, I ain't gonna say the name because y'all go crazy when I say those 3 letters. But the other side, you know what I'm saying? They don't got no rankings, or they're not in bed when they don't got an official quote unquote list or no shit like that. Which is why it's hard for a lot of those other guys on the other side to make the list and even get fights with the zones and with the top ranks and all that shit. You know what I mean? They're in bed together. They promote fighter to fighter. Oh shit. Well, y'all got a list that's official. We got a list that's official. So what's the best thing to do, right? The best thing to do for y'all is to work together and promote each other's fights. That's why you see most of the top ranked in the zone fighters on there. That's why if you do see a PBC fighter on there or a fighter who not with, the zone or top rank on there, you know what I mean? That fighter really is the business. That fighter really is it. They knew they couldn't deny Jamel, even if it was only for instance ESPN. They knew they had to put Jamel in there because they couldn't deny. They knew they had to put Jamel in there because they couldn't deny Jamel. But they gave it to him. They was like, we got something for you. We go yank you out and we go stick Devin Haney in there. You know what I mean? So they really just swapped them out. You know what I mean? It's a certain number of fighter, that they want to have, on their list. And the magical number is it's a 2 fighter limit. Y'all know the saying. It's a 2 black guy limit. You know what I mean? It's a 2 black guy limit and a 1 PBC guy limit. You can only have 1 PBC guy on there, and you can, in totality, you can only have 2 black guys on there. So Devin Haney is on the list right now. I want everybody to pay attention to who they snatch and how they snatch. You know what I mean? How the fuck Jermell Charlo get undisputed? You let that man be number 10 for 3 weeks, and then you take him off. You know what I mean? And I think they in cahoots. That's what I was saying. I think they're in cahoots with their fucking list. You know what I mean? Oh, Ring Magazine got Jermell on there, but not Devin. ESPN got Devin, but not Jermell. I think that's by design. They saying both of y'all can't be up there at the same time. It's just the way to keep them from getting their just due and the respect that they deserve, bro. You know what I mean? And it's really fucked up in boxing. And it's really fucked up in boxing. Y'all do your boy a favor when y'all roll on in. Y'all smash that like button for your boy ready here for a good time or a long time. Do your boy a favor. Smash that like button. If you're in here, you ain't hit the like button, roll out for me. Click that like button. Click that thumbs up. Come on back in. Greatly appreciate it. Join the conversation. You know what I mean? As I told you, I could cook about this shit all day. Cause I really could, I could sit here and think of new shit to piece up together. Cause I know I do my shit off the head and not freestyle. I could literally sit here and think of new shit to piece together on how fucked up these people is. Like that don't near shit was literally like the don't near and the Chocolatito situation are the same fucking situations. I think they laid a bid. Top rank in the zone. I think they laid a bid for Chocolatito and Donir to lay in 3 years ago, and those guys didn't lay down. So I think they trying to age them on out. I think those guys are being promoted by the system. That's why they're in the pound for pound. Lomachenko was another guy with 2 losses, never been undisputed. Multiple divisions, never been undisputed. I think he's the guy that's in the pound for pound because he's being promoted, you know what I mean, by the system. You know what I mean? Guys like Lomachenko and Estrada and Teofimo Lopez, guys like that are only made the pound for pound list as a promotion type thing to say, oh, well, those are pound for pound. Do you really realize unofficial or official, did you realize pound for pound lists are all made up in the same way? It's just whoever you think. There's no guy. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was saying earlier, y'all need to tell me a goddamn guideline. Y'all need to tell me how y'all coming up with this shit to come up with y'all pound for pounds, because this shit not making sense to me at all. There is no guideline for pound for pound. There is no guideline. It's literally who you want to put, right? Boom, who you think, who you feel like, right? So if I'm ESPN and I'm Ring Magazine, which is ran by Oscar De La Hoya, right? If I'm ESPN and Ring Magazine, who do I think the best fighters are? I'm most definitely going to fucking think the best fighters are the fighters that work for me. And if I work with, and if I'm friends with, Top Rank, or if I'm friends with, Oscar De La Hoya in the zone, if I'm Top Rank, you know what I'm saying? We do business together. We make fights all the time. You know what I mean? We work in the same circles. We know the same people. We always have. You know what I mean? So, I throw you a bone, you throw me a bone. You know what I mean? It makes sense. And again, let's not mess with the person, on the other side, if I'm Top Rank, who used to work for us. who I sued in the beginning. Anyway, I'm not putting your fighters up here unless I absolutely have to. That's why if you again, I'm gonna say it again, and it sounds fucked up, but it is what it is. There's a limit. There is a limit. There is the cap. There's a 2 black fighter limit, and there's a 1 PBC fighter limit. You know what I mean? And right now, ESPN, they got Devin Haney in the top 10, just like they had Jermell Charlo in the top 10. And I'm telling you, they got 3 fighters in the top 10, and it ain't gonna last long. They got 3 black fighters in the top 10, and it ain't gonna last long. That's above the 2 black fighter limit, but it's still in cahoots with the 1 PBC fighter limit. But don't have sanctioning body, and Earl Spencer's with the PBC, but Devin Haney, is with well, he with Top Rank now, you know what I mean? So there's that. You know what I mean? See, a guy like Cool Boy Steph, who we all know deserves to be on this list. Yes, Cool Boy Steph, y'all do your boy a favor, hit that like button for your boy. I got 33 likes. I need 7 of y'all that's in here to hit that like button, or that's rolling in to hit that like button for your boy. If y'all ain't hit that like button, 7 more likes, y'all get your boy to 40. A guy like Cool Boy Steph never make that list. 1, because it's most definitely going to exceed the black fighter capacity, and 2, because it's going to burst the PBC fighter capacity. You know what I mean? I'm just putting this shit out there. You know what I mean? How y'all mean to tell me that Cool Boy don't make the Ring magazine list, or he don't make ESPN list? He not good enough to make neither list. If Jermell can't make neither list, y'all know Cool Boy not gonna be able to make neither list. You know what I mean? And that's why they keep guys like Jermell off. That's why they put guys like Haney number 10, because they want you to understand exactly where your range is and how far you could go. A guy like Earl Spence, it can be up there and can be bumped up so high because you can't deny Earl Spence. He too much of a commodity, and he got the names, and he got the belts. You know what I mean? And he probably about to get undisputed. And because he fight at 147. When you fight at 147 in that division, it's different. That's historically, one of the better and one of the great divisions in boxing. 147, 160, heavyweight. You know what I mean? Historically, those are some of the best. 135, Devin Haney, them division, 135, lightweight. Historically, those are some of the best divisions, in boxing. When you in those divisions, it's really hard to deny you. A guy like Jermell Charlo, right? I don't know if I got him Jamal up and through here. My bad if I did. Y'all smash that like button when you roll on in for your boy. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. A guy like Jermell Charlo, who's in the 154-pound division, that's a newer division. I want to say that division only been around since maybe as long as Winky Wright been boxing. You know what I mean? Maybe that division been around 20 years. Boxing been around over 100 fucking years. You know what I mean? Maybe that division been around 20, 25 years. Maybe 154. You know what I mean? That long. They could leave a guy like him out. And then I remember, look, let me go even deeper for y'all. Let me hit y'all with something else, because y'all know I like to dig deep. I don't like to just scratch the surface. Let me go even deeper for y'all. Y'all remember not too long ago, a couple years ago, y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when y'all roll on in. Y'all remember a couple years ago, not too long ago, they were saying heavyweights couldn't make the pound for pound. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember heavyweights couldn't make the pound for pound? And now they got 2 goddamn heavyweights in the pound for pound. Why y'all think that is? I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds because I'm anxious. I can't wait that long. I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds up. I'm gonna tell you why now they got 2 heavyweights in the pound for pound. Because the 2 heavyweights not named Deontay Wilder. So T, what you mean? For as long as Deontay Wilder was reigning champion, was reigning the number 1 heavyweight in the division, reigning the biggest selling heavyweight in the division. Oh, heavyweights can't make pound for pound. We're not putting Deontay Wilder on there. Because why? Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why again. I'm gonna give y'all a couple more seconds to tell me the second reason. Maybe it should have been the first, but I thought of it second, so I'm rolling with it. Let me tell y'all the second reason, another reason why Deontay Wilder couldn't have been in the pound for pound. The reason why you see heavyweights in the pound for pound now and they wasn't back then, because Deontay Wilder was with the PBC as well. You know what I mean? You can't have the best heavyweight in boxing with the PBC promoting him in the pound for pound. So at that point, Heavyweights most definitely couldn't make the pound for pound. And let me tell you another reason why you couldn't have heavyweights in the pound for pound back then when Deontay Wilder was the reigning heavyweight champion of the world. Because he was black. Because that would have exceeded the black fighter limit and it would have exceeded the PBC fighter limit. You know what I mean? You can't have Deontay Wilder in there, so heavyweights can't be in the pound for pound. But guess what? As soon as they orchestrated Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder, and from now on, that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna say when I speak on it. I'm gonna say orchestrated. As soon as they orchestrated Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder, they stick two motherfucking heavyweights right back in there. And y'all think that shit by accident? Now this shit is most definitely by design. This whole thing is done by promotion to promote the people they want to promote. Do y'all not see what the hell is going on here? DAZN, ESPN, Alexander Usyk, DAZN. He had to go to DAZN to even get the fight with AJ in the first place, and they still gave him 2 fights before he got the AJ fight. Put him in that small ass ring both times and all that good shit. I think Eddie Hearn tried to get him beat, but Alexander Usyk was too good. I remember I was saying Alexander Usyk beat AJ a long time ago. You know what I mean? I think they tried to get him beat to get him off AJ ass, but he didn't want to take step aside when he really had a goal to get them belts. And now the zone go fuck with him because he beat him, and now he damn near finna beat him again. You know what I mean? But Usyk ranked in there and Tyson Fury ranked in there now because now they can put heavyweights in there and they can promote them because now they got 2 heavyweights to promote. You know what I mean? Y'all got to see this shit, man. Y'all got to see this shit. And my guy Coach Joe said Al Heyman going against the grain. Al Heyman used to work with them. You know what I mean? The way the Al Heyman structure is built is really the exact opposite of how Top Rank and DAZN are built. The way that the PBC and Al Heyman structure is built that you don't need a promoter. That's the misconception with Al Heyman that he's a promoter. He's not a fucking promoter. Them people promote themselves. Al Heyman is an advisor. He advises you which fights to take, where to take them, or what network to take them on. He advises you with your money, what to spend, how to spend it, what to do with it. You know what I mean? He's an advisor, not a promoter. You know what I mean? That's the misconception. What Al Heyman is telling you is that you don't need Bob Arum and Eddie Hearn to promote you because they probably doing a piss poor job. Anyway, you could promote yourself on social media, do your own thing. I could just direct you on which fights to take, give you some options because I got a stable of fighters as well. Give you an option on the network, you know, Showtime, Fox, because I'm in bed with them people as well. You know what I mean? Give you an option, you know, to do what you want to do or whatnot. I can't make you do shit. I can advise this to be good for your bank account. I think this will work for your bank account. You will make so and so and so and so and so and so. I could tell you that. But I can't make you do a motherfucking thing. In the end, over there on that side, you get the last say so. So what Al is doing is really the anti to what Top Rank and DAZN is doing, which is why they don't fuck with them or promote their fighters at all. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. Hold on. My bad, Trevor. My bad, y'all. Let me get in the chat. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. Let me get in the chat. I dropped the link for y'all. If y'all want to come up quick, pitch y'all a piece. I've been going an hour, 30 minutes. I ain't even recognize it. I was going an hour, 30 minutes. But yeah, man. I ain't gonna be too long because I got to route the boogie today. You know, we go marathon for the fights. The fight started 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, or some shit like that. So, you know, we got fights on in a minute. So I ain't gonna be doing this jump too. I'm gonna do this jump about 30 more minutes. Y'all want to come up, speak y'all piece, you know, you're welcome to do so. You know, type deal. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button and y'all subscribe to the channel. If y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, y'all tell me how y'all feel about it. You know, the whole situation. I gave y'all, you know, I gave y'all my take on it. You know, I got the rambling on and shit. I really could ramble on. I could ramble on all day about how, like, you know, Snake, a lot of this shit is. You know what I mean? How Snake, a lot of this shit is. You know what I mean? But I just be, you know, wasting my breath because for the most part, they ain't trying to do shit about it. I mean, for the most part, they ain't trying to do shit about it. For real. Yeah, my bad. But hell yeah. My bad. But hell yeah, I just, bro, this shit gotta stop, bro. This shit gotta stop. And I'm gonna speak on it every time. I know some people feel like, you know, it don't help to speak on it. Some people feel like, you know, it help to speak on it. You know what I mean? I'm one of them people who feel like whether it help or it don't help, you know what I mean? I'm gonna speak on this shit because it bothers me. So I'm speaking on this shit. If the shit bothered me, the shit touched me the wrong way, well, however it touched me, goddamn it, I'm gonna speak on this shit. You know what I mean? That's why I built the goddamn platform. You know what I mean? And this shit touched me the wrong way, bro. This pound for pound shit touching me the wrong way, especially when I see the play before it happened. I literally called this play, y'all. I said, y'all, they go yank Jermell Charlo. And I'm really pissed the fuck off because they yanked Jermell Charlo for fucking Devin Haney. They're like, nah, boo-boo. Now talking. They're like, now say something. We yanked Charlo, but we put in Devin Haney, you know what I mean? And they both just so happen to be motherfucking on this one, off this one, on this one, off that one. Come on, bro. You can't tell me that shit ain't orchestrated. You can't tell me that shit ain't orchestrated, bro. Go on. Move. You can't tell me that shit ain't orchestrated, bro. It ain't a grand scheme. It's a grand scheme, bro. Ain't no way you telling me Estrada ranked higher than Devin Haney and Jermell Charlo. I'm on it. And Lomachenko at this point, what has Lomachenko done? What has he done? Period. And what has he done lately that would justify ranking him over Jermell and goddamn Charlo? Charlo beat Castano. Fought Castano twice. Beat Castano once. Fought Harrison twice. Beat Harrison once. He beat Rosario. He beat Erickson Lubin. He beat Gabe Rosado. People forget that. He beat Vinicius. He beat goddamn Demetrius Hopkins. He beat goddamn Jorge Cota. You know what I mean? He beat goddamn what's the guy name? Oh shit. John Jackson's son. Like he beat John Jackson. You know what I mean? He beat everybody. He beat everybody at the top of his division. You know what I mean? Who Lomachenko beat? He beat Gary Russell, who came up to his division. Not in their division. He beat motherfucking Nakatani, who averaged. He beat motherfucking Comey, who averaged. He lost the goddamn Tio, who just lost to Cambosis, who Devin Haney proved was average. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep saying it. Devin Haney beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy. And you mean tell me he ranked over Devin Haney after everything that I'm telling you? You got to make that shit make sense, yo. You got to make that shit make sense to me, man. If I don't got a problem with nothing else, where y'all got Lomachenko, and I'm hitting on them for where y'all got Lomachenko, and y'all got Juan Estrada, need to be Devin Haney and fucking Jermell Charlo. And the thing that irked me the most is y'all know that shit. The world know that shit. Boxing know that shit. And when y'all put that dumb shit out there, when y'all put that blasphemy out there, when y'all put shit like that out there, it gives people who we know got hidden agendas out here. These fans, we know what these hidden agendas, these fans that be in the chats and shit, calling us, you know, ma'ates and niggers and shit, spelling out nigga in the chat and all that shit. Them people, it give people like that Elmo. Well, pound for pound, Lomachenko he's ranked higher than him. Pound for pound, well, pound for pound said the official, not your pound for pound. Your pound for pound doesn't matter. Your pound for pound isn't official. It's just what you think. You're biased. Your pound for pound is biased. You want to put all black fights. Your pound for pound. Those not the best fighters. Those the fighters that they put in are the best fighters in the pound for pound. I know that they're all white. I know they're all white. I don't care. They're still all white. Your fighters are all black. It don't matter, right? We're both. Nope. You got all black. I got all white. Right? Nope. Nope. You got one all black guys. No, all black. But not all black guys. Nope. It's them. It's the fighters up. They're better. They're pound for pound. They're better. Don't got. Me, they don't got more belts, they don't got more cuts, but pound for pound, they're ranked higher than the pound for pound. The pound for they're not telling the pound for pound is a made up list. They tell me, well, I tell them you can make you up a pound for pound, and it have more goddamn credibility than their pound for pound. You know what I mean? Literally, that's all it is. It's literally your opinion, just like it's their opinion. It's a made up list. That's not a real list. No belt you can win. There's no pound for pound belt. You don't fight nobody to make the pound for pound. It's literally somebody thinking, this fight I like, this fight I like, that fight I think that fight. It's literally a group of people saying that fight I like, that's what pound for pound is, what people think. You don't fight for that shit. That shit is not an official stat. People pop their shit like this in the official stat. I use it in the argument because people like to use it. So I use it in the argument because people like to use it in the argument, which is why when y'all put out bullshit pound for pounds, I come here and I tear that shit down because y'all got to stop putting up bullshit like that because y'all giving people who we know got hidden agendas ammo to spew that dumb shit. You know what I mean? And that's all I be saying. That's why I come here and rip that shit apart because y'all got to stop giving these people ammo. In what fucking universe, in what fucking world is Jermell Charlo not a fucking pound for pound fighter? In what era? And pound for pound only means the best fighters, right? So in what fucking era does a guy clean out his division, get undisputed, knock out the number one guy in the division, Brian Costano, knock out the number two guy in the division in Rosario at the time, knock out the number three guy in the division at the time of their fight in Erickson Lubin? You know what I mean? Be the number one guy, take an L to Tony Harrison, the number two guy, come back, beat the number one guy. So now he be 1, 2, and 3 guy at a point in time in his career. You know what I mean? And that man not ranked in your pound for pound? Come on, man. Y'all got to make it make sense. How many top guys? Name me how many guys ranked in the top 5 Lomachenko. Name me how many guys ranked in the top 2 and 3 Lomachenko beat. I just ran you down, Jermell Charlo. Name me how many guys in the top 5 Lomachenko beat. And Komei and Nakatani are not in the top 5, not top 5 fighters. Not at fucking all. They wasn't. They had multiple losses, but Lomachenko fight him. Lomachenko was the last one to fight them guys, to be real with you. He was the last one to fight them guys. If we really being real, if we really being real about being real, right? Lomachenko was the last guy to beat Nakatani and Comeback. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. However you want to keep it. However y'all say where y'all from. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it logical. He was the last person to beat them folks. You know what I mean? And those his best wins. Not his fights. Those his best wins. And name me a division Lomachenko cleaned out. Never cleaned out a fucking division. Spencer cleaned out a division, and he got the most belts in his division. That's why he up there. Charlo cleaned out a division, got the most belts in his division. That's why he should be on there. Devin Haney got the most belts in his division, the youngest champion to ever be undisputed. That's why he should be up there. Why in the fuck should Lomachenko be on that fucking pound for pound list? Give me a fucking reason. Why should bro be on the pound for pound list? I need fucking answers. I need fucking answers, man. What has bro done? Bro, right now, if we been 100, if we been thorough, I'll be real. Right now, Estrada has done more than Lomachenko to be on that fucking list. At least Estrada did beat the best person in his division. If he wasn't number one, Chocolatito, he was number two. Factual facts. And I think he was number one. I'm just giving and taking. I know he was number one, but if he wasn't number one, you had to have him number two. And Estrada beat him. Lomachenko ain't beat no. Who the fuck did he? Man, how the fuck is dude ranked above Jamel and Devin Haney? Man, how the fuck is bro ranked above Jamel and Devin Haney, bro? And anyway, number one. Man, boxing. This is boxing. This is our sport. And it's like my guy Casey Voice said it earlier, man. He said he hit the nail on the head earlier. He said, and it's like these days they ain't even had it no more. Just like fuck it, we just go do it in y'all face. You know what I mean? And I really think they never really tried to hide it. I really think now that it's just more light being brought to it. It's just more people who ain't going for the shit. It's just more people who could see the play right and who willing to speak out on the play. See, back then, you know, a lot of people either didn't have a voice or they didn't use their voice. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't have platforms or they didn't use their platform, whether because they were scared or whatever, or it was just, you know, unheard of or whatever. But these days, motherfuckers see the play. These days, motherfuckers go speak on the play. And I'm motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say it again for the people that didn't hear it because I want to make sure this bitch is up and through this stream. I want to make sure that this bitch is all up and through this stream. The same thing that they just did to Donir is what is they're trying to do the same thing to Chocolatito. I'm going to say it again. The same thing that they did to Nonito Donir is the same thing that they're trying to do to Chocolatito right now. Pay attention. Southern T, what you mean? I said it once and I'm going to say it again. Chocolatito and down there both was supposed to lay down so the zone could promote Estrada, and Top Rank could promote uh uh goddamn anyway, right? But those old heads, those old heads took those young dudes to school slick. They gave those young dudes a harder run than they thought them old heads was gonna get them. Them them young dudes got touched up. You know what I mean? And some people feel like that their old schools, both of them, Benito and Chocolatito, got robbed in their respective fights. Some people feel that way. So they say, you know what, we gonna wait some years. We gonna give Estrada the franchise, so we make sure nothing happened to him. And we just gonna let anyway, defend his title a couple times, not unified with nobody. No, we gonna let Donir unify the division when anyway knock out Scrubs. We gonna let Donir unify. I mean, we're gonna let Donir get him a belt. Why anyway, just knock out Scrubs like that shit and not go for undisputed in another division after you beat Donir. Let Donir get a belt, wait 3 years, and we're gonna let you knock Donir out. I feel like that's the exact same thing they trying to do to Chocolatito. Because if you remember correctly like I do, Chocolatito has been knocked out before. And he has been knocked out cold before, you know what I mean? And Chocolatito was already old when he first Estrada the first time. He was already fighting an uphill battle then. So you wait 3 years just like you waited 3 years with Donir, you may get the same fucking result. I see the play. You know what I mean? Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all just rolling in. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. I need 3 likes until I get to 40 likes. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. Get your boy to 40. Greatly appreciate it. Y'all smash that like button on the way in. And again, man, I just need we need a criteria. We need a criteria for exactly how the fuck that they ranking. I mean, that they come up with a pound for pound. I know we ain't never had no exact study on how the pound for pound was made. I know we got this thing where Sugar Ray Robinson pound for pound where it's skill only, and then we got a thing with pound for pound where pound for pound fighter it ain't just skill, it's your accomplishments, and then you got pound for pound in a sense where if a guy wipe out everybody in his division, he beat everybody in his division, he can be considered, pound for pound because he beat the best of the best in his division. So no, it's a lot of different reasons, for it, type deal. I kind of use all of that shit, you know what I mean? I lump all that shit, together. The style of the fight. Do I think he could beat him? If they the same size, is he a little more accomplished than him? Have I seen him beat more styles than I seen him beat? You know what I mean? I factor all that, into the play because I think if I seen him beat more styles than you, right, I can't necessarily say that you're more skilled than him. Your skill may just look better. The package you display your skill in may look better than the way he displayed his skill, but that don't mean that you more skilled than him. If I seen him beat, a fighter like you before, I seen him beat, the opposite fighter of you before. I've seen him beat, a counterpuncher. I've seen him beat a brawler. I seen him beat a pure boxer. You know what I mean? I seen you dance on motherfuckers, you know what I mean? But I seen him do it against, better competition. So I can't say, although your skill set may look better to the eye, is that because you're just that more skilled than this guy? Or is that because of the level of competition you're fighting? Because I think if you put this guy in the ring with the level of competition that you're fighting, this guy might do the same thing. But if I put, you, the guy who I think is purely just naturally more talented, if I put you in the ring with those fighters, you very well could beat those fighters that he beat. You may be able to do it better. But those are much tougher fights than the fights that, the guy with the high skill set may be in. You could put Tank Davis in that all skill box. You could put Boots in the all skill box. And you could put a guy like Earl Spence and Jermell Charlo in the, accomplishment skill competition box, the competition box, you know what I mean? You know, they all make my pound for pound list for different reasons. You know what I mean? But when you leave a guy like fucking Jermell out and you got Lomachenko and Estrada in and you got Anui number 1, no problem with Anui being in. But when you got Anui number 1, you kind of confusing me because I see Bud up there, I see Earl up there, I see Canelo up there, right? Good resumes, competition, the knockouts, the eye tests, you know what I mean? I understand why they ranked high, right? But I see Inoue up there, no competition, don't have a stacked resume, got the donor jump, don't have a stacked resume, you know what I mean? He knocking people out, but you look at his competition, it's like, what? Like who? Who the fuck is these niggas? Who? Like the great Gary Russell will say, who the fuck is these niggas? Who? You know what I mean? Like, how do you put him on there, right? I don't care about him being on there, right? And let's just say you got him number 1, right? Cool. So how does Jermell not even make the fucking list? And what criteria did Jermell fail that Anui passed? And this is why I broke mine down the way I broke it down about competition, different style of fighter. You mean to tell me you think Anui is just more skill than Jermell when you seen Jermell be more styles than Inoue, than Anui? You seen him be more styles. You seen Jermell be bigger fighters, smaller fighters. You know what I mean? Better boxers, stronger boxers. I mean, better boxers, stronger punchers. You seen them be a different variety of fighters. How are you judging this? How is Inoue 1 and Male not on there at all? You know what I mean? When you seen him do it in a wider variety of shit, you know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Jelly Bean. Appreciate you slide through this, John Jelly Bean. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. Y'all do your boy a favor when y'all roll on in. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. Y'all hit that like button for your boy. I'm in this junk cooking. I'm in this junk cooking on the new pound for pound list that dropped today, Ring Magazine and ESPN, dog. And I'm a little baffled by both lists. You know what I mean? I see Estrada 5 on Ring, 10 on ESPN. I see Devin Haney 10 on ESPN, not on Ring. I see Jermell 10 on Ring, not on ESPN. I see Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk ranked in there. I thought we couldn't rank heavyweights, or they just when Deontay Wilder was a heavyweight, and it's cool to rank him now because Wilder gone, and he PBC and he black, so you couldn't rank him then, but now it's cool to rank him now because you got a DAZN in the top ranked heavyweight. I thought Tyson Fury was retired, but yeah, he still make the pound for pound. How the fuck he in there and still, when did y'all start back putting heavyweights in the pound for pound? Because originally heavyweights were in the pound for pound. You know what I mean? They just put the pound for pound now because, you know, Bernard, or they wanted to say Bernard would be the heavyweight if he was a heavyweight, you know what I mean? But so they ranked him above heavyweights, but heavyweights were originally in the pound for pound. Heavyweights stopped being in the pound for pound when Deontay Wilder got the straps, and y'all ain't want to give him his motherfucking credit. But as soon as y'all orchestrated Tyson Fury being Deontay Wilder, boom, y'all put 2 heavyweights back in the pound for pound. No shot at Alexander Usyk. I fuck with him. Shout out Alexander Usyk. Fuck Tyson Fury. But you got one guy on the zone. You got one guy on top right now. All of a sudden, yeah, you can stick him back in there now. They be trying to orchestrate and change history. You know what I mean? That's why I went so hard about Devin Haney, you know, not dropping his belts at 135, and how if he had to drop his belt and moved up, how they would have just jumped on it and made that fight with Count Boosis. I said Boosis. With Count Boosis and Lomachenko in the first place, and gave that belt relativity, gave that belt its relativity back as soon as Devin Haney let it go. You know, I'm glad he sat on it and he eventually forced them into a fight. You know what I mean? But look what he had to go through. But they tried to rewrite history with Devin Haney. They tried to rewrite history the best way they could in 2022 and 21 without it looking racist. They did everything but tell Devin Haney, look, bro, Give me this motherfucking belt. Leave me alone. I'm finna make this dude the champion. You know what I mean? They even tried to change his belt to the Pride belt and give the regular title back to Lomachenko at a point in time. But guys like myself, Blue Blood, BF, you know what I mean? Champ Side, you know, a bunch of folks, we made videos on that this Pride belt situation. I compared it to Sam Langford and all that shit. You know what I mean? They tried to take, you know, Devin Haney regular title status away, give him a Pride belt, and make the regular belt, you know, or something else. They tried to change history. They really tried to snatch Devin Haney opportunity to become the first undisputed light heavyweight champion in the 4-belt era. They really tried to snatch that away from him. They tried to rewrite their history. But Devin Haney stood on his, and he forced him into the fight, and he ended up getting what he's supposed to get. But they will try to rewrite history on us. You know what I mean? They've done it multiple times. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all just getting in the building. Y'all smash that like button when y'all roll on in. Don't forget, we do get fights today, Friday night boxing. I will be going live to call the fights. You know how we do. As soon as this, you know, join in, we going to be robbing the bookie. And we going to be going live for the fights. We going to do it all in one. If I'm not mistaken, it's on the Showbox card. So that'll be showtime. You know what I mean? The undercard start about 4 o'clock Central. You know what I mean? So in about an hour, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that like button. You know what I mean? I've been on this motherfucker, you know. You know, I've been on this motherfucker going in on the new pound for pound list and shit that dropped today. ESPN and Ring Magazine decided to drop their pound for pound list today. And I thought that shit was, you know, blasphemy. So, you know, I had to come chop it up about it, you know, over here on Sudden Tea. And I want to apologize for yesterday, not hearing y'all, you know, with them teas, not hearing y'all with their news, not even giving y'all, you know, a real boxing talk, you know, live stream. Never again, you know what I mean? But I had got real caught up yesterday, you know, and doing my bets and everything, you know, trying to make sure my kids got in town safely and all that good shit, and they did. You know, I got my babies here, you know, for the summer. We kicking it, doing that Thug Dizzle, you know what I mean? My birthday week, you know, coming up. So I already got the best present I could have got, you know what I mean? I got my kids down here with me. So, you know, we kicking it how we kick it. You know what I mean? But I got that out the way, so we back to our regular scheduled program. Make sure y'all check out the other Sudden Teas and shit too, though. I ain't gone yet. We still in this motherfucker rapping. Yeah, we got fights tonight, DP. We got fights now. I think it's on Showbox, if I ain't mistaken. We got the U.S. Super Heavyweight Gold Medalist winner fighting tonight in Jovalel. I think Jovalel about to knock some shit out. You know what I mean? We got Canelo Alvarez, young gun, newly signed Team Canelo fighter, Eddie Reynoso. You know what I mean? Newly signed. Karen Gucci, he fight tonight. You know what I mean? 4-fight card. You know what I mean? 4-fight card tonight. Canelo Young Gun fight tonight. Canelo New Bull. Maybe that's why he letting, you know, Frank Sanchez and Ryan Garcia and I think Oscar Valdez shopping himself around right now. You know, maybe that's why he letting them go, because he like, you know what? Fuck it. Y'all lost y'all belts. You know what I mean? I don't need y'all no more. I only want champions. I don't want to make champions if I'm Eddie Reynoso. I just want to get champions, bring them in, get fighters right when they're about to be champions, so I can say, I got a champion in my stable. You're trying to make that stable look pretty. You ain't building character and you ain't building fighters. What you're doing is you using fighters. You're using fighters for their name. You're using fighters for their championship. If Oscar Valdez lead your team, I'm going to get on your ass because you sat there and you took him in and everything. You used that man as a motherfucking guinea pig. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all use him to test that first batch out to make sure Canelo Alvarez wouldn't get caught. He busted. Y'all knew Canelo Alvarez needed some more time. He got his time. He went in there and he fought Caleb Plant. For what y'all talking about, I know what y'all did to my boy Plant. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you let go Oscar Valdez, I'm getting on your motherfucking ass because that boy stuck with you. And he believed in your system. He believed in everything you taught him. That boy really believed that you was going to get him through that motherfucking Shakur fight, and you greatly failed that goddamn boy. You know what I mean? You failed that man. Oscar Valdez literally looked like motherfucking Messiah. He literally looked like the motherfucking Messiah in that fight before he got with Shakur, and he looked like shit. He had a full count with you. Everybody telling me, oh, you need a couple fights with him first. You mean to tell me motherfucking Oscar Valdez looked better in his first and second fight than he did in his third and fourth fight, right? If you in boxing, most boxers think shit, you need about 3 to 4 fights before you really get your chemistry down, with a coach. You know what I mean? About 2 years or some shit, a year and a half to 2 years. Over a year before you need more than a year. You need about 2 years, about 4 fights before you really get your chemistry down, you know what I'm saying, with a coach. Oscar Valdez looked better his first 2 fights. You know what I mean? So he was fully invested in your plan. That's when he fucking lost. He's like he digressed over time in your fucking system. You know what I mean? So if you let Oscar Valdez go, I'm getting on your ass because that boy believed in you. He believed in everything you told him. I know he did. I know the fuck he did. You better not let that nigga go. He said Valdez look like a glorified journeyman. Facts, bro. You let that man down in that fight. Shout out to my brother G5. He said, talk your shit, brother. The winning TWT shit. Shout out my guy G5. Appreciate you sliding through this, John G5. Glad you can make it, pimp. Yeah, my man talking about this fucked up ass pound for pound ranking they done came out with. Motherfucking Ring Magazine left Devin Haney off the list, put Jermell number 10. That's bullshit. Jermell 10 is bullshit. He been a Ring Magazine champ for a year and a half, about 2 years. And then the fucking ESPN list left Jermell out and put Devin Haney number 10. How the fuck you leave Jermell out but fucking motherfucking Estrada and goddamn Lomachenko on the pound for pound list? And let's talk about how you now put heavyweights back in the list. On the list, you got 2 heavyweights up there, but when Wilder was reigning, you ain't have no heavyweight list. I just see all the fuckery. And let's not talk about how this fucking pound for pound shit, it's all promotion. It's all promotion for the fighters they want to promote. And that's the zone and top ranked fighters. What you mean, son T? Just look at the Nito Donaire and Inoue. They put the Nito Donaire, they put Donaire in there with Inoue years ago as a name for Inoue to beat up. He couldn't beat him up. They aged him out 3 years. He beat him up. They put Chocolatito in there with Estrada 3 years ago. The zone. Top Rank did that with Inoue. The zone. Put Chocolatito in there with Estrada 3 years ago to beat him up. He couldn't beat him up. They finna age him out 3 years. They gonna make it happen. It's not a coincidence. Both of these fights are happening at the same time. And both of them are happening at the same time to get eyes on this little weight division that they got going on down there. They're trying to get eyes on their fighters at the smaller weight division. Y'all get what I mean? G5, I'm going to talk my shit today. I'm going to cook them today. You know what I mean? I've been up here 2 hours strong, going in. I told you I could literally cook on this shit all day because I could literally sit up here and just literally, because y'all know I do my shit off the rip. I'm going to say it again and think of new ways of how they fucked up and how they contradict themselves just sitting up here talking to y'all about one way. They do this shit so much and they so sloppy with it. I'm going to stumble onto another way talking about some other bullshit. I'm going to stumble onto another way. They didn't hit us with the fugazi, with some perpetration, with some bullshit, talking about how they hitting us with some perpetration, with some fugazi, and with some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I'm sick of it. It's too much contradiction. Just straight up said, bro, this is for promotion. If I'm the PBC need to make a list, goddamn it, and have all motherfucking PBC fighters. And I bet you the PBC could make a list with all their fighters, and their list would be even more credible than the fucking list they got. The PBC could make a list right. They could put Errol Spence on it. They could put Jermell on it. They could put motherfucking Cool Boy on it. They could put motherfucking Deontay Wilder on it. There's 5 people right there, ain't it? Earl, Jermell, Cool Boy, Deontay Wilder. There's 4 people right there. Who else PBC can put on their motherfucker? They could put Tank Davis on it. They could put motherfucking there's 5 fighters right there. PBC could make a list, put those 5 fighters on it, and legitimately have a real reason. Benavidez, Coach Joe, 6 Benavidez, 6 fighters. They could put 6 fighters up there and legitimately have a real reason and tell you why those fighters are motherfucking pound for pound. You know what I mean? And they don't do it because they're not a fucking promotional company. Y'all not hearing me. They won't do it. Ring Magazine is the Zone's promotional company. ESPN is Top Rank's promotional company. PBC don't have a list because they're not a promotional company, but PBC could literally put their list out, be biased, and put 6 PBC fighters up there and fill it in with 4 more fighters from the zone and Top Rank, and that motherfucking list will be legit. Fuck is you saying? Talk your ass on. And you could put Maul on the list. Fuck, you could put Maul on the list number 10 and have a fucking argument. Legitimately have an argument. You can put Maul number 10 because y'all like to stretch shit. Even if you want to stretch shit, let's put Maul number 10 on the list. You can put 7 fucking people on their list and have an argument. If Estrada could make that fucking list, Jamal could make that fucking list. Fuck what you talking about. Jamal is more credible than motherfucking Estrada. Talk your motherfucking ass out. Do we really want to go down Jamal's resume? Now you could tear it down here in July. I could tear down Estrada shit and Lomachenko shit. Do we really want to go down Jamal's resume and say he ain't fought nobody? Derevyanchenko, Korobov, motherfucking J-Rock. Fuck is you talking about? There's 3 wins right there. That's better than your favorite fighter wins off the top. And I know I'm leaving out somebody. I just said J-Rock, Korobov, and who I say? J-Rock, Korobov, and motherfucking Derevyanchenko. And I know I'm leaving somebody out. You know what I mean? K9 Bundridge, former champion. 2-time champion, matter of fact. 2-time champion. K9 Bundridge when he beat him. Oops. K9 Bundridge was trash. Some of y'all don't even know who the fuck K9 Bundridge is. Some of y'all didn't know who the fuck K9 Bundridge is. 2-time champion when Jamal beat him. Talk your motherfucking ass. I got some stats for your ass. And now this shit off the top of my head. I can sit here and continue to tell you more ways on how his shit is better than than your favorite fighter fucking resume. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? And I ain't and Brandon Adams, you know what I mean? You can talk your shit on Brandon Adams. Oh, but guess what? Guess who Brandon Adams beat? Watch this. Brandon Adams lost to goddamn Jamal Charlo, right? But guess what Brandon Adams did after he lost to Charlo? He beat a top 12 fighter in his fucking division. He beat a 15 or 16 prospect, Brandon Adams. Knocked his ass out cold. Knocked his ass out cold. A top 12 prospect, a top 12 fighter in the prospect at 154 in the 54-pound division. His name was Barinchek. Knocked his ass out. Jamal Charlo got a win over him. Just like y'all like to stretch shit. I can stretch Brandon Adams in there. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, he was on the Contender Show. You know what I mean? Let's put it into perspective. He beat Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. looked damn good his last 3 fights. And I tell you this, they robbed him. I forgot, it was against a white guy from Europe. I forgot his name. Was it Quigley? I don't know. It was somebody like that. I think it was Quigley. They robbed Shane Mosley against Quigley. Shane Mosley been looking good. Shane Mosley Jr. Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. The baby, the third one. He been looking good his last 3 fights. They robbed him 2 fights ago. He been looking good his last 2 fights. Motherfucking Jamal beat Brandon Adams, who beat him. And fuck you talking about, Coach Joe? And he beat Austin Trout. Talk your ass off. The same guy y'all give Canelo credit for beating. He and he beat Austin Trout. You know what I mean? Come on now, don't do that. He more established than Estrada. There's plenty of little loopholes in this shit, man. Like, bro, PBC could literally make a list and be as biased as they want to be and arguably put 7 of their own fighters in their fucking list and have motherfuckers pissed off. But they literally could back it up and have real arguments, have better arguments than half these motherfucking fighters that's on these quote-unquote official lists and shit, bro. Come on, man. It's a reason I can sit up here 2 hours and 10 minutes by my motherfucking self and cook on this bullshit. Because this shit is bullshit. I didn't rip, bro. And I don't even got to go through the whole pound for pound. I literally told you the pound for pound. If you've been paying attention, I done told you the pound for pound without telling you the pound for pound. I told you I got a problem with Anyway being number 1. I told you I got a problem with Haney being number 10. I told you Jermell not on her. I told you it's 2 heavyweights, Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury, on the motherfucking pound for pound list anyway. There's 4 fighters. Don't get lost right now. I told you Canelo Alvarez is on there anyway. There's 7 fighters right now. Don't get lost. I told you Errol Spence has finally got his respect He been ranked in the top 3 and shit. You know what I mean? That's 8 fighters. I told you that Bud Crawford was on her as well. I told you that how the fuck they keep putting anyway above Bud Crawford, Earl Spence, Bud, and Canelo. The only fight I didn't tell you was on this list was Dimitri Bivol. You know what I mean? Actually, I lied. I did tell you Dimitri Bivol was on her because I told you they got Canelo ranked higher than Dimitri Bivol, and Dimitri Bivol beat Canelo. So I told you the pound for pound, you know, already if you've been here the whole stream, and I appreciate everybody that been here the whole stream. But the reason I can sit here and I can cook like this on bullshit like this is because I know this shit is bullshit. You know what I mean? And then you got Ring Magazine then you got Estrada. Come on, bro. Fucking Estrada, bro. Estrada is in the spot that Jermell is supposed to be in. You know what I mean? Lomachenko was in the spot that Devin Haney is supposed to be in. And that's my fucking problem. I have no problem with anyway being on the list. I got less of a problem with anyway being number 1 on the list than I got with Estrada Lomachenko being on the list at all. Ain't no way in the hell is Lomachenko and Estrada supposed to be on this motherfucking list, bro. Just ain't. And I'm still going to stay on the 2 heavyweights being on her now that Deontay Wilder ain't got the belt. Because now y'all put 2 heavyweights on her now that Deontay Wilder ain't got the belt. You know what I mean? The irony of that shit. But these pound for pounds are ridiculous, man. These pound for pounds are ridiculous. PBC need to come out with an all PBC list, for real. I just named you 7 fighters. Let me think of somebody else over there with it. I just named you 7 fighters that PBC could put out. PBC could squeeze out 7 fighters and then put in motherfucking Canelo and put in motherfucking Terrence Crawford and then put in motherfucking Alexander Usyk if they wanted to, just like them other niggas do on their list. Honestly, they could put Earl Spence on there. They could put Jermell Charlo on there. They could put motherfucking Tank Davis on there. They can put motherfucking Deontay Wilder on there. They can put motherfucking David Benavidez on there. They can put motherfucking Jamal Charlo on there. They can put motherfucking Cool Boy Steph on there. And they can fill it out with Bud, Canelo, and Alexander Usyk, just like everybody else do. Now tell me that list right there don't make sense. If PBC had a list, would the list not look like that? And y'all will call that list biased. Y'all most definitely will call that list biased, wouldn't it? Don't that list, if you just sprinkle, if you just, I said, Southern T alcohol rehab sponsor. This nigga funny right here, dog. Hey, but look, dog. This might terrible. This might put that Johnson up. That's terrible. This dude terrible. But look, dog. They put this terrible, dog. That's terrible. That's terrible, man. This man just really put that crap up on my channel. But look, though, yeah, Coach Joe, that's the same thing that they be doing. That's the same thing that they be doing. You know what I mean? That's the same shit that they be doing. And you know I'm cooking because the trolls coming. You know I'm cooking because the trolls coming. You know I'm cooking because the trolls coming, bro. How much of a weirdo you gotta be to put like random Johnsons? Like how much of a weirdo you gotta be to download a random Johnson, right? Go to your email, put the random Johnson as your profile. Make a name for the random Johnson. My name, matter of fact. Make the random name, you know, as make my name as a random name while you looking at the Johnson, put it on your picture, right? Save it, right? Let YouTube load it up. Type in Southern T Boxing and Sports. Go to my live stream. Go scroll up on my videos. Go to my live stream. Go to the comments. Type that in the chat the whole time while the Johnson there. Like, how much of a weirdo do you got to be, though? Because I was cooking, bro. That was a random weirdo, bro. It's YouTube, bro. It's weirdos on here, bro. It's YouTube, bro. It's random weirdos on here, bro. Whenever you just see shit like that, just get them up out of here. Like, whenever you see, just get them up out of here, bro. Like, bro. Like, how much of a weirdo you gotta be, dude? But yeah, the PBC could clearly, bro, chop up, you know, top up their goddamn list and shit. You know what I mean? Get 7 of their fighters and just slide in you know, Bud Usyk, and who I say? Bud Usyk and Canelo. Their list will look just like the other list, won't it? All their fighters, right? All top ranking the zone fighters, and 3 fighters that's not with they people. Earl Spence, motherfucking David Haney, but David Haney with him now. He just got in there. Earl Spence. Who else in there that's not with them? Everybody else with them. Earl Spence, the only dude that's not with them. Usyk with them. Everybody else is literally with them. You know what I mean? And Canelo a free agent. Earl Spence not with them. And the third person, I guess, right now would be Bud, because Bud not with nobody. So Bud, Earl Spence, and Canelo. If you switch it up, you know, Earl Spence with the PBC, so let's throw in Usyk, Bud, and Canelo. So Bud and Canelo remain the same. You switch up Earl Spence and Usyk, it's the same fucking list, bro. The same list, bro. You know what I mean? It's to promote their fighters, bro. That's all these pound for pound lists are, bro. To promote their fighters. And you know I'm cooking when the weirdos come in here with weird shit, bro. That's top 10, some of the weirdest shit. And I bet you somebody that used to come here that don't come here no more. I bet you somebody I know, because it's always somebody you know. It's always somebody you know. You know what I mean? It's always somebody you know, bro. For real. Is there Foster drop a list to be petty since they show the PBC fights? You know what I mean? What's good, M Banks? Appreciate you sliding through this junk, M Banks. Glad you can make it, pimp. Y'all do your boy favor as y'all roll in. Y'all smash that like button. What's good, Shelton? Appreciate you sliding through this junk, Shelton. Glad you can make it, pimp. Glad you can make it. I dropped the link, Shelton. You know, man. I could cook about this. You know, these pound for pound lists just dropped. You know what I mean? I could cook on it all day, man. It just blessed me. But I see the play, though. Ring Magazine got Jamel ranked number 10 at the bottom, which is too low, and they don't got Devin Haney on. ESPN got Devin Haney ranked number 10 at the bottom, which is too low, and they don't got Jamel on. All these folks are in cahoots. The official pound for pound list are strictly for promotion. That's why my pound for pound list mean more, Sheldon pound for pound list mean more, Yoda pound for pound list mean more, Just Do pound for pound list mean more, D Free pound for pound list mean more, goddamn Flossie pound for pound list mean more. Everybody who came over here and did the pound for pound list mean more than they pound for pound, because they don't got no agenda. BF, Blue Blood, everybody pound for pound, champ side, all right, everybody. It mean more because they ain't got no horse in the race. There ain't nobody telling them what to say and what to do. That pound for pound shit is strictly for promotion, dog. And you know it's strictly for promotion when you got a guy like Devin Haney and Jamel, who y'all basically saying borderline, not even pound for pound, but guys like Inoue, Lomachenko, and Estrada swim and live on y'all pound for pound list. Make this shit make sense, man.
How long you gonna be cooking?
Oh, you know, I'm gonna rob the book killer. Like, no, it's fights coming on at 4 and 5. You know, I'm probably gonna.
Oh yeah, we got Java Love tonight. All right, I'm in the middle of something right now. I just want to tap in with you, show some love. I'm gonna get back at you.
For sure. Appreciate you sliding through.
All right.
My guy Shell putting in their work, man. I appreciate you sliding through. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? Literally, bro, topics like this, it's so much fuck shit that's going on, bro. I literally could cook on shit like this all day. I said I was gonna go 2 hours, but I didn't win, 2:20 now. I said I was gonna go an hour and 30. And then I said I was gonna go 2. You know what I mean? Then I said, I was gonna go 2:30, you know what I mean? Type deal. But now, yeah, I'm gonna go 2. I'm gonna go 10 more minutes, type deal. Bro, I had to come build on this shit. You know what I mean? I had to come build on this shit because this shit getting ridiculous, bro. What's good, my bitch? I won't put Canelo on my shit at all with his dirty. Now I'm just saying though, it's literally like if you really break the shit down, bro, you really use your own mind. That pound for pound shit, it's subjective. It's a promotional tool. You know what I mean? I literally told you 7 people that the PBC could use, Showtime, Fox could use, and have an argument, a better argument than what they had. And you just slide in the same 3 fighters, but switch out Usyk and Earl because Earl already with them, and add Usyk, who will be a different company. It's the same shit, bro. It will be the same shit. You know what I mean? But PBC is not a promotional company, you know, type deal. You know what I mean? It will be the same shit. Really think about it. Just really think about it. Think about their pound for pound, what they look like. You got, and then no, I'm gonna keep saying this, bro. I'm gonna keep saying this. Now all of a sudden you put heavyweights back in. But when Deontay Wilder was the best heavyweights wasn't in. Why? Because you didn't want to promote Wilder. But look at the top of all the pound for pounds. Now they stick Errol Spence in there because you can't deny Errol Spence at this point because he could possibly be undisputed. He got 3 of the belts, and he a growing seller. So it's getting hard to deny Errol. So now you got to stick him at the top of there. But look at all of the pound for pounders that look the same. They stick Earl in because they got to. He the PBC got it. They got to stick in. They put Terrence Crawford in because he been with the system for so long. You know, they put Terrence Crawford in because he easier to work with if you the system. He don't work with the other side. He easier to work with if you the system. You know what I mean? He more so of their fighter. He was one of their fighters. He know everybody over there. You know, he get along with those guys. You got Earl. You got Bud, you got Canelo, and I mean the official list. You got Inoue, you got Tyson Fury, you got Alexander Usyk. Whatever combination it is, at the top of your list, you got those fights at the top of the list. I'm going to say it again. Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury, Monster Inoue, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. Whatever order you got it in, all the lists going to have those up there because those are the fighters that you got to put up there, right? Errol Spence, and Canelo Alvarez too. Canelo Alvarez. What's good, Mike B? Appreciate Mike B in the super chat. He says, salute King T. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. You know, Canelo Alvarez is a guy you got to put in there. You know what I mean? Bud is a guy you got to put in there. Earl is a guy you got to put in there. Whether they with you or not, you got to put those guys in there because you can't, at this point, you can't keep those guys out of there. Bud, because he was with y'all for so long and y'all just sold us that he's so good. You can't turn your back on him now, even though because he's not with you. Errol Spence, because he's not with you, but he's so good, he got all the belts in the same division that Bud in. You know what I mean? He beat names and he a growing seller, so you gotta put him in there. Canelo, because he's one of the best sellers in boxing, if not the top seller, top 2 seller in boxing, and he got strapped, so you can't leave him out. You know what I mean? So Earl, Bud, and Canelo, you gotta put up there. If you one of those official list guys, right? You got to put those 3 up there. And then after that, it's just them filling the list in with who they want. Now you got your Monster in your way. Now you got your Tyson Furies. Now you got your Alexander Usyk. And I name Inoue, Tyson Fury, Usyk because at first, heavyweights couldn't be in there when Deontay Wilder had the belt. But now that he don't got the belt, you stick the heavyweights in there. And I name Inoue up there because he's not even really supposed to be in the same room as Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Canelo, Usyk, and Tyson Fury. He not even Deontay Wilder. He not even supposed to be in the same building as those guys. And then you throw in the Jermell Charlos, who anyway not supposed to be up there with. You know what I mean? And then you throw in the Jermells and the Cool Boy Fortunes. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you go add heavyweights, you know what I mean? You got to do it the right way. If you go add heavyweights, you got to do it the right way. Stick Wilder in there. You know what I mean? You got to put Jermell in there. You got to put Cool Boy in there. You got to put Earl in there. You got to put Bud in there. And then you can throw in your Canelos. And then you can throw in your fucking Canelo. You know what I mean? This is no order. You know what I mean? Just if you go be real about it. You know what I mean? And then you got to slide in your Devin Haney's. You know what I mean? Because those, in your Jermell, because those guys are undisputed. You know what I mean? So if you're going out by, the shit that y'all supposed to be going out by, you know what I mean? If it wasn't just promotional, y'all lists make a little more sense. But y'all lists don't even make more sense than that. You know what I mean? Y'all stick a Strata, a Lomachenko, in the Inoue so high on these lists when you really should be sticking to Devin Haney or Jermell in the Cool Boy. I'm going to say that shit again. You will stick a Strata or Lomachenko in the Inoue extra high on the list. You put Inoue high on the list to keep Jermell off. You put a Strata and Lomachenko on the list to keep Devin Haney and to keep Cool Boy off. You know what I mean? this shit is all a plan. This shit is all a plan, a bigger plot, a bigger scheme for those guys. You get what I'm saying? It's a promotional task. PBC could easily do the same thing and just stick Canelo, Bud, and Usyk on the list with Earl Spence, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, Benavidez, Jermell Charlo. You know what I mean? Who else I say? I said Earl Spence, Jermell Charlo, Cool Boy Steph, Deontay Wilder, Tank Davis, Jamal Charlo, David Benavidez. You know what I mean? And who was the last guy over there? I said you could legitimately stick 6 to 7 guys, you know what I'm saying, up there and just slide in Bud, Canelo, and goddamn Usyk. I named 7 guys at first. The 7 names I moved. I just hit you with 6, but y'all heard me say the 7 names. Both twins, the trio from Texas: Earl, Jermell, and Jamal, Wilder, Tank. There's 5 fighters from the PBC. You throw in David Benavidez. There's 6 fighters from the PBC, and Cool Boy Steph. 7 fighters from the PBC. You could slide on the pound for pound realistically with real arguments, and then just put in Canelo, Bud, and motherfucking Usyk. It'd be just like y'all list. This shit is strictly promotion, bro. If I wanted to promote the PBC, I could. I could make you that same fucking list. And you know what? If I really wanted to promote the PBC, who really do got some of the best fighters, where I got better arguments for being on there than some of those fighters that's on there, I could put Earl Spence number 1, right? I could put Jermell number 2, right? I could put motherfucking Tank Davis number 3, right? And then I could stick Bud number 4, right? And then I could put Deontay Wilder, number 5, right? Even though he only lost to Tyson Fury, who's seen as the best heavyweight, in the division, right? Then I could put number 5 up there. And I could leave Tyson Fury off because y'all left off Devin Haney, and Devin Haney beat the dude that beat Lomachenko. Y'all got Lomachenko up there, right? So I could leave Tyson Fury off even though he beat Deontay Wilder. I could put Wilder number 5. Then I could come and put Jermell Charlo at number I could put Cool Boy Fulton at number 6 because he's a 2-division champion at he's a 2-belt champion in his division, seen as the best guy at the 122-pound division. I could put Cool Boy at number 6 and have an argument. I could put David Benavidez, and then I could slot Canelo Alvarez in there at number 7. I could slot him in at number 7, put Bud number 5, Canelo number 7. And then I could slot David Benavidez in there at number 8. And then I could round my motherfucking list off with goddamn Jamal Charlo at number 9. Or I could put Jamal Charlo at 8, put Benavidez at number 9. You know what I mean? And then I could throw Alexander Usyk in there at number 10 and just be ridiculous and have an undisputed champion number 10 like y'all do with Jamal and goddamn Devin Haney. You saw how I just broke this shit down? If PBC really wanted to have a promotion, they could do the same motherfucking things. You know what I mean? We could do the same fucking and have a legit list. You know what I mean? This shit be so far-fetched, bro. They got to stop feeding the public and stop feeding the people this bullshit, bro. Y'all got to stop feeding the people and stop feeding the public this bullshit, bro. And let me check and see what time these motherfucking fights start so I don't get confused, so I don't make sure I don't forget to put these last little bits in. Okay, they put Joe Valera back to 7:30. Yeah, Reyes fight first. Joe Valera fight second. Hernandez fight third. So one of them already happened. I think one of our fights might have already happened. Damn, I missed the first fight. The first, I think I might have, or they just closed the betting on it. But I see 6:30. And I think this is a showbox card, if I ain't mistaken. I think this is a showbox card. Let me see if one of my fights already happened. They just closed the betting on it. Yeah, they might have just closed the bet on it. Yeah, they just closed the bet on it. 1, 2. Yeah, Harry Gucci come on at 9. Yep. Yeah, they just closed the bet on it. They closed the bet on Harry and Gucci. I wonder why they closed the bet on Harry and Gucci fight. He did the main event. Oh no, they moved it down. Nope. Yeah, they closed the bet. No, he's up there. Now they got all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they got all 4. I'm high. Yeah, 6:30. But hell yeah. I'm finna shut this junk down. I'm at 2 hours and 30 minutes. Man, I just had to come cook on these quote unquote official pound for pound lists that dropped today that ran my motherfucking blood pressure up. You know what I mean? Quote unquote official pound for pound list and whatnot. You know what I mean? How the fuck is Charlo not on your pound for pound list on one side? How is Devin Haney not on your pound for pound list? On another side, you got Charlo ranked 10 in the Ring magazine, not ranked in the ESPN. You got Devin Haney ranked 10 in ESPN, not ranked in Ring magazine. You got Anua ranked above goddamn Alexander Usyk, Earl Spence, and Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? Got no problem with Anua being on your pound for pound, but to rank him so high and not have Jamel or Devin on at all. And that, you know, those guys have accomplished what they accomplished. She just sound crazy to me, man. But that's all I got. Make sure y'all tune in to Robin the Bookie in the fight marathon. The fights come on in 3 hours. About to start the marathon and the Robin the Bookie. We doing it all together tonight. Showbox card, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I mean? Tune into the Robin the Bookie. I'll let you know more info on it for sure. But appreciate everybody sliding through this. John Skin, the Hardaway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love. Make sure y'all smash that like button on the way in and on the way out. Greatly appreciate y'all.